Hey guys, welcome to episode 5 here. Doing a little pre-thing, just cause, I don't know, I want to try something different here. We're gonna do like a rolling start with the actual show. And so, just got this one here with Mike this time. Again, he's back to do things. This is long as fuck, so that's the thing. It was a long week. I'm very tired. Sorry, it's coming out late. I just finished it though, so this will be up now, and you can listen to it at your leisure and do things. And I think it came out alright though, which is long, a lot of work to like actually make sure it came out okay. And, like, we had some sound issues, so I had to do similar way I did with Ben, try to fuck with it. That's just because I'm dumb. A lot of things of it just sounded like it's a fucking cave, and my levels were too high this time, and just good gracious, good googly fucking moogly. But I just decided to purchase real big boy equipment, and we'll have like a real thing soon, and like I'll actually have like stuff I can like tangibly fuck with and like on the fly instead of like setting shit up in advance and then being like, what the fuck when I get the final recording. Oh, my throat, holy cow. So this will be it for the shitty little USB mics, and then next time from here on out we'll have real big dog equipment, treating this like a real thing. So with that, I hope you enjoy this one.
Leak out the face from pepper eating.
What does that do?
It clears up your sinuses for like acting and stuff.
What? Why do you ask your sinuses?
For talking. You know, if you're just like cleaned right out, you're never gonna like choke on phlegm, you know.
But okay, I see what you're saying.
So you want to clear out, you know, like spit and clean your nose.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the voice actors use green apples because it's so sour. It removes all the liquid in your mouth.
I've heard of the same thing. Yeah, it just makes pronouncing things easier.
Yeah, no, like they have like bowls of green apples you just grab one before you perform.
That's fun.
I've considered for this buying a whole bunch.
That would be lovely for the middle of the table. Yeah. Oh, I'd love it.
But
then like the noise of eating a green apple while talking.
Because a lot of times they'll like eat it, leave it in their mouth, do like a run or something.
Oh, okay.
Like eat like a part of it.
Take a chunk. You could leave out like a little sliced
wedges,
selection. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be pleasant.
Yeah. But all right, so we're just getting a rolling start here.
Yeah, that was
just
right out of
jumping
the air.
right in.
That was wild. What was the first thing I heard? It was like something about clearing right out
your sinuses.
Yeah,
with peppers or some shit.
It started gross. Yeah.
So let's get right into this, young Michael.
Yeah, let's.
So
I am the younger one.
But I have this political tidbit I just learned.
Oh no.
So we're gonna get right to brass tacks. So are you familiar with Steve Bannon?
Yeah, familiar with.
Do you know the Breitbart and all that shit?
Yeah.
So I don't really know why people think he's the devil, but fucking who cares? Do you know what his job was before Breitbart?
No.
Do you want to take a guess? And I'm gonna give you a hint. Yeah. It has to do with video games.
It's with video games.
Take a guess.
CEO
as to who
of
he
EA.
Take a guess of who he is and what people think he is, and then what the video game equivalent of that is.
Wait, what?
So, okay. So the things people talk about him.
Yeah.
Take that, like that he's the evil.
Right.
So what is the video game equivalent of that?
Oh yeah, EA for sure, right?
No.
Is that no longer the case?
No.
Have we moved past that?
It's not that. He was a CEO of a gold farming company.
Of a gold farming company?
For WoW.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
That was his job before he was the Breitbart guy. So before he started jumped into Breitbart.
Yeah.
He was the CEO of a gold farming.
I thought those were like Chinese exclusively.
Yeah, no.
I'd never seen an advertisement that was typed like in proper English.
They outsource to Chinese.
That's who they get to farm the gold.
Yeah.
But the Americans are profiting, or what have you.
Yeah, it was super weird. So and he got Goldman Sachs to put money into it.
Into gold farming?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it must have made money. I saw it. You'd see ads all the time back in the day.
And I've known people who've done it.
Yeah. Oh,
and
for real?
Yeah, they're like...
They worked for it, or they were like higher up?
They bought it. They bought it.
Oh, they bought gold.
So people do it.
But por qué? Like, why? Would you,
just because it's easy.
Is it hard to grind the gold? I never got far enough for gold.
No,
it's
just
a huge thing.
I don't know. It's just more convenient to be like,
Yeah.
just gonna
Yeah, but
not have to worry
like
about it.
trading on the auction house.
That's
That's
the way
so
it's-
fun.
The way you do it, like, under the legality of
Oh,
WoW.
do you do it by like selling something?
Yeah,
for cheap
so
and-
you would take one piece of linen or some shitty
Yeah.
material, put
And
it up for
like
the
a
amount
super
you
huge
purchased.
buyout, and then
Yeah, and then they just buy it for that amount, and then it's through the okay
Yeah,
of the system
it
of the
works.
game.
That's
and
amazing.
that's how they can get away with it, because you can't. Does it not let you trade more than a certain amount? I think that's what it is. It doesn't let you trade.
Oh,
past a
I mean,
certain
on a,
amount.
yeah, like RuneScape would do that. RuneScape
if
had a
you-
ridiculously small amount. They were like,
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
and if you trade too much too fast, it like soft
It'll-
bans you.
oh wow,
So you're just taking, it'll be like, okay, some shit's up. So
wow,
so like you do off the auction house, everyone's in the up and up, everyone's cool.
wow.
Yeah.
But even like Blizzard acknowledges
No,
that it
I mean
happened?
it's bad, but it like there's no
how
way
could
for
you
Blizzard
catch
to
it?
check
Yeah.
that. Yeah, because
Yeah.
like you'd have to monitor all of the auction house.
I mean, isn't
on
it
every server.
possible?
It is possible, but I guess they just don't do it.
Yeah, because yeah,
sometimes-
it's still happening. It must still be happening.
Because there's obviously going to be some kid who's playing and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to put Linen up for 10 million." Haha, hilarious.
Classic.
You
And
can't
then-
just ban him. So you
Yeah.
got to like watch.
Well, I guess you're right.
I guess you have to like watch where the transactions go.
Yeah,
But it's weird as hell.
that is weird.
So like that was his his job.
Thing.
He
That's
was
a weird job.
he was like, I don't know anything about him politically,
Mm.
but he's not a good guy if he's doing that shit.
No,
Like that's
that's
crazy.
fucked up.
Yeah.
You can't be selling gold like that.
Yeah, that was his job. So what have you been up to?
Doing a Nuzlocke of Pokemon Yellow.
Really?
Yeah, it's agonizing.
I've never gotten past like a halfway point.
I got I just got so you know how they give you all the starters?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had a great name scheme, right? So I got my Pikachu, named him King, just because, like, I don't know. I was thinking about, like, he kind of looks like the leopard-headed
Yeah.
wrestler, you know. And then, so I got, my second Pokemon catch was a Nidoqueen, like, the first form of it. So I was like, oh, I'll name it Queen. And then I was going to get the Charizard, the Ivysaur, and the Venusaur and the Blastoise to be Rook, Knight, and Bishop, but I lost the Charizard as a Charmander. Like, just leveling it up, it got critted. So now my whole name scheme is off. But yeah, it was kind of agonizing.
How far did you get?
It's just like you get all those starter guys just after like the second gym. I haven't gotten Squirtle yet, but I imagine he's close because I just got Bulbasaur past the Nugget Bridge, and some guy on a path was like, I can't take care of this Charmander.
No,
I suck."
Charmander's up there. Venusaur's in the house.
Yeah, I got that one. That's who we get first.
And I
and
don't
then it's
remember where Squirtle. Squirtle might be in
I think
the
it's in-
next city.
Isn't it like, doesn't Bill give it? I don't know.
No,
I just-
he's.
Oh, he gives you
generally-
the bike thing.
Yeah, he's the SSN pass.
Oh yeah. Who gives you the bike thing?
The bike voucher is that also from him?
I think
No, who is? I don't remember.
It's not far.
No, it's
from
all
that
right
town.
there.
Yeah.
But I forget. I feel like Squirtle is somewhere not Vermilion, for the town
Just
with
the one right
electric gin.
after.
Yeah,
the third. Yeah.
I forget what that
He
one's
might-
called.
Yeah.
But I think he's in there
Do
somewhere.
you have to do anything for it? Because you need
No.
like good enough happiness with Pikachu for the.
Maybe you
for
do, but I've never
Bulbasaur.
not.
You never gotten
picked it up.
rejected.
Yeah, it's never
Yeah.
like the only one I've ever had trouble getting was Bulbasaur.
Yeah, because you
'Cause
need
there's, like,
just
a-
enough
yeah.
happiness with Pikachu, but you
Yeah.
you almost always have it after you do the second gym
Yeah,
because you use him and he gets more happiness on gym
Yeah,
leaders or
yeah, yeah.
something.
If it has anything to do with the general happiness, like from the other games, which I think
Yeah.
it's the start of that. Like that was their beta test to that
Yeah.
system, and it's winning battles, leveling up, having them in the front of your party.
Mm-hmm.
All these things
Yeah,
add to happiness.
Yeah.
So like if you've ever like tried to, like you had a bunch of rare candies
Yeah.
and you were trying to like level like an Eevee, for example,
Mhm.
after like I want to say it's level 30-ish, like somewhere between like 25 and 30, it'll evolve to Espeon or Umbreon because
Depending on the day.
depending on the time
Yeah.
of day, but its happiness will pass the threshold from leveling up. So you can be fresh out of the egg, you just keep giving
Oh.
rare candies, it will pass over and become whatever that is,
Yeah.
whatever time of day it is.
Yeah.
So like that's part of it. So that definitely, and I think also gym leaders might have effect on like if they win, they're the winning hit on
Yeah.
the gym leader, they get more happiness.
What I read said you can just have mount in front and you like do like what it is to get XP.
Yeah.
That'll have counted in participating in the gym battle.
Oh, okay,
and that's
right,
enough.
okay.
That's what I read, but maybe that might just be yellow. I don't know.
I think them being in the front of the party is important.
Yeah, that always gives them happiness.
but if you give them the soothe bell as an item, which doesn't exist in
it doesn't.
this,
There's no
counts.
carry items in the first gen, right? No. Yeah.
No, it
I
was
would have
added
come
in
into
the
something.
second.
Yeah. Right, with berries, because they eat the berries themselves.
Yeah, then they had other items that came about, like all of the different.
all that other
seen.
the scarves and
I always had
fashion accessories that you put on your little.
I literally always
animals.
had my Typhlosion in my gold version had the black glasses because I was like, he's wearing sunglasses
for dark.
It boosts dark damage.
Just for sunglasses.
But I didn't know that. I was like, I just wanted to have
just
sunglasses.
he's looking awesome. Like, what up? I would give my. It made sense, but in 3 you give your Mighty Anna black glasses, and it's just a hilarious concept.
And like
it's like a dog wearing sunglasses.
In gold, I had leveled a Poliwhirl to like max level.
Yeah,
and I would only heal him with fresh water, which only does 60 health.
But it's fresh water.
But it was like he's a fish. He needs
it only
to have
makes
water.
sense.
Yeah.
Dude, you should have got role playing bonus points. That's top tier. That'd be funny if they like made the healing item to the elemental type. Or
That'd be cool.
Or just for any game system, that would be cool.
I don't. Yeah, actually, I don't think I've never come across it.
No, I
don't know if
haven't
that
either.
exists, but
it would be neat.
it only makes sense.
Yeah,
or like
because they do stuff like that where it's ineffective at all if it's the same element, or like occasionally it'll heal them, like if you use fire on a fire elemental guy, it'll absorb it or whatever, but only if they're like a pure fire elemental, like in Final Fantasy or something.
Well,
like
they do that in Pokemon.
Oh yeah, they do that in Pokemon.
In the newer ones with the abilities.
But it's only with like attacks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you can have like Vaporeon has what's it called? Water Absorb. And so in double battles,
a special ability.
It's an ability that heals it if it hits water.
Oh.
And so I used to use in a double battle
awesome.
Surf, he's healed.
Yeah.
He can do an attack, that kind of thing. Stuff like that.
That is pretty cool.
Or like I don't remember if Flash Fire heals, but it doesn't do damage to them. It just boosts their special attack only. Maybe just both attacks, I forget. But it's been a long time since I've played
since competitive Pokemon.
This is the first time I've not in like a year.
What's the game out right now?
Sun and Moon.
Sun and Moon, right?
I don't like it.
Don't like it? What have they done?
Well, so they start with a super long tutorial.
Yeah.
And like I've been playing this game for 20 years. I don't need a 3-hour tutorial. Let me have the option to be like, I'm good. Get me on my way. So that was really annoying.
I'm with that.
Like I just don't.
I feel like they've gotten easier too. It doesn't make sense to me.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like I don't know. I feel like they had a really good balance of difficulty earlier on, and it's only gotten like easier to its detriment as time went on.
Oh yeah,
like
definitely.
I don't know what game it was that was like just like really nailed it for me, but an earlier title took the crown of most balanced, and they'd only been getting worse and worse from here out.
Yeah, it's. I mean, obviously, it's a kid's game.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but
I just don't. I would like
a little difficult.
So I read somewhere, or maybe I heard someone say this, but they had you have when you're picking your character, you also pick the age of the character.
In what?
In the Pokemon.
Oh.
So like if you're like someone like me who's played it for years, I pick a teenage or like an older adult character, and I can skip all that bullshit.
That would be amazing.
But they're like, the argument of that is like, oh, what if a kid accidentally picks this? They have no idea. That's I don't know.
Well, I mean, you could just explain with the choices.
I don't know. But also like, I couldn't read when I first played Red.
Yeah,
and I beat that game. So like,
yeah, they weren't.
Is it really that hard?
Difficult.
Like I don't know. I wish they would.
As long as you like rotate your Pokemon, you'll definitely be able to brute force through it eventually. I think if you have a few good high level types.
Oh yeah. No, but like if you just use one, you're way ahead of the curve.
That's also true. Very early game is like poop easy. I mean, depending on the start, because it's usually going to be your starter, and they level up faster, and. It depends if their type advantage works in your favor for the early gens.
Even that,
and then you get steamrolling, and then you're just crazy until like.
I mean, in Red, I got Charizard and then just pushed forward.
Yeah.
Like I would just keep attacking with fire. I didn't know this, like, how it worked. You just push forward with it and just try hard.
Yeah,
eventually
just try real hard. Believe in yourself.
But I remember, I think it was Ruby and Sapphire. You were like, oh, you should use. Use every one, like rotate guys out. And I'm like, that sounds like fun. So I've literally done that every time since, and it keeps your Pokemon level with everything else.
Yeah.
Like everything's even. But like in Sun and Moon even, and actually they added this in XY. It's what do they call it? The XP share.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's for your party.
Don't like that.
It makes you way overpowered.
Yeah.
It's too easy.
It's too easy. I got rid of it.
Yeah, I always turn it off.
Why? Who would? That's horrible. It's so bad.
And like when I turned it off, you know, things are pretty tough. Like things are higher. Like sometimes you're not at the level you're supposed to be with everything else. But I don't know. I wish that would just be. I guess that's your hard mode, but it's still not
fun.
that.
Nuzlocke is your hard mode.
That's
For people listening, it's when your Pokemon faints, you release them, and you can only catch the first Pokemon you encounter in every area, right?
And yeah, well, every time you reach a new area, including like a city.
Yeah, right.
So like if
'Cause
there's
you can
a gift
get
Pokemon,
right,
yeah,
you get one of those gift Pokemon.
Yeah, if
it
there's
happens.
generally there's only
that wouldn't be. I can't think of a circumstance, but yeah.
It's if you want to do it safely, it's so boring.
Yeah, you could just grind, but
Yeah.
you gotta take risks, man. You gotta high risk, high reward.
Like the time I did it, I was playing it on Emerald, I think, and I would at least level up once every one of my guys at a new route. So I'd catch a new guy and then level up everyone one.
Yeah.
And it just took too long. It was so boring.
That's kind of like formulaic. You gotta kind of just feel it out, you know?
I guess.
Just like, you're strong enough. Let's do it. You learned a new move. All right, let's do it. Let's take him in.
Sometimes I would stay in an area longer because it's like when you're playing through a game of Pokemon, a guy that's good will you'll start to see him like fall down in power.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, well, if he evolves, he'll actually catch up with the rest, or he'll learn this move, and now he'll be okay because he'll have more coverage or whatever. So sometimes I would stay a little longer, grind maybe 2
Just to
levels, get that evolution. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just not. That was not.
No, it's occasionally not fun. After Charmander died, I stopped playing for like 2 weeks. I was like distraught. I couldn't handle that event. I mean, the other guys I lost were like a Spearow I had just gotten. Oh, actually, it was funny. I got a Spearow, named him Phoenix. Then he died, and I named another one Phoenix again. when I caught another one later on, I was like, oh, he has returned. But then he died immediately again. So maybe we'll get another Phoenix later down the road. I don't know.
Oh man,
He'll rise again. I can find another Spearow.
I don't know. I don't know.
What, you don't like them?
I don't like Nuzlocke now.
Fair. They're really annoying.
It's annoying.
It's just like sad when you. I mean, I get it. It's okay. You know,
I get the challenge. It's just
I want to. At this point, I'm kind of invested. Even though I'm only 2 gyms in, I'm kind of invested. I want to see if I can actually win it. Like, because it's very possible to lose.
I love the comic because
oh yeah, the comic's fun.
In the Elite Four,
it's hard to find like the original comic.
Really?
It took me a little while looking.
Is
for
the
it.
website not up?
The website's up and it's easy to find, but like it's not. I couldn't find it on the website, like the original comic.
Oh yeah.
He's got some weird like adapted thing now, like fully colored with like this intricate intro. I don't know what it is, but it wasn't like that same. Like it started with stick figures and it became like okay drawings.
Yeah.
And then it was
he redid it.
He like totally redid it. Like it looks nothing like it did back.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
That would make his Nuzlocke character the
explain what this is.
The comic?
Yeah, just
it's the guy who created the rule set did
for the
Nuzlocke, the one Pokemon that area and the Death release did a comic journaling his attempts
his
to do
first go at it.
Yeah,
and then like
Ruby.
Other games too.
He had like his character.
Yeah, the character stayed the same.
But he had
he lost the first one. Oh, spoilers! Shit.
Yeah.
Sorry if you're gonna read the Nuzlocke comics.
He had, but this is so old. Lost was like a thing he referenced.
Oh yeah, he was like hardcore referencing Lost with one of the. You wouldn't get one of the jokes if you haven't seen Lost.
But like that was when Lost was relevant.
Anyway. Yeah, it was. It's
so like
old.
that's how old this is.
Yeah, it's old.
And he catches a Nuzleaf who is named I think Nuzlocke.
No, well he catches a Seedot. It's
a Seedot that becomes Nuzleaf. Yeah. And
I remember because I read a little bit.
And eventually that Seedot dies.
Right.
And takes
as the Nuzleaf.
But he has...
I think his name was Nuzlocke or something?
I think it was.
Or it was Seedlock. So he started calling it Nuzlocke. Yeah. Some convoluted nonsense.
But he's like his spirit guide. and he has the face,
I remember that. Yeah.
like a realistic face.
Right, like everything else is like stick figure drawings, and that's like a it's like a tracing of an
of a
actual
lost
guy's
character
face. Yeah, I don't know
or
what
something.
It is.
But
Something ridiculous.
yeah, but like that joke, I feel like misses its punch because
Oh yeah, I'd never seen
it's
it.
well, no, it's super realistic
also-
face. Everything else is shitty,
Yeah.
and now it's
It
like
just looks. Actually, no. It's kind of funny now.
Oh, is
if you
it?
don't, if you don't know what it is,
No,
I
I'm not
didn't even
saying
get that far.
I'm saying like the amount of detail in this dude's
Oh,
face.
yeah.
Everything else is garbage, but this is like a 1-to-1 recreation of this guy from Lost.
Yeah.
And I feel like that joke doesn't have the same impact
Yeah.
of like, oh, okay. If the art went up, I have no idea. I have not seen this since he attempted Fire Red after.
Yeah,
that.
I think he was like midway through it when you.
Yeah, and I
remember you
haven't-
going through it.
I haven't gone back since.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It's gone crazy. There's
It's
lot
a
of-
challenge
lot more
that
stuff.
I don't think I need.
It's
but
fun. I mean, it's like fun and agonizing, but you know,
I
it's
want.
a challenge.
They re-released the first 3, Red, Blue, Yellow, on the 3DS Virtual Console.
Wow.
And I'm like halfway through Red and
How
just
is
like
it
lost
going?
interest. It was fine. Like
Yeah.
I forget what my party is.
It's super kind of easy.
It's not, and it's just like it's so old.
It's basic. It's really
Yeah, but like
bare minimum.
I didn't realize how much I valued running.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's outrageous
You're
how
so
slow you
slow.
go. It's unbearable. But you know, I kind of get the charm. I don't know. It's not as you know, it doesn't have all the stuff that the new ones have, but it's, you know, the basics are there. It's like it's a little kid going
no.
on his adventure, and it's nostalgic too, having
Oh, yeah.
played it back then.
Yeah.
So it's not like the end of the world that it's all very basic. I kind of like that it's
No.
you know, it's a little change of pace because I, you know, have been playing the new ones, and they've got like 3 dimensions now. I can't handle this, man.
I don't
I like the classic.
I don't dislike the game. It's just that's like the 18th time I've played it.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's just kind of like
Yeah, I remember you beating Red in a day once.
yeah. I would
wild.
do that. Like how
Yeah.
you guys would beat Mario
Oh
in a
yeah,
day.
well, yeah, because Mario's pretty
But
short.
it's short. I would beat Pokemon Red in a day.
Yeah,
Like wake up, play, go to bed when it's done.
man, that was wild.
This is when I was a kid and
Yeah.
couldn't stay up past midnight. So
Right.
like you could
So,
just crush through this thing.
What did you do? Just get Charizard and level
Just
him up?
Charizard, you never switch and just push forward. You
Yeah.
skip every optional battle
Yeah.
and you just go. And then you get the game done in 12 hours or something.
Wow.
13 and 15 hours, whatever it is.
It's, I think for speedruns you use Blastoise or Nidoking. Those are the 2 viable routes.
That makes the most sense for...
I guess it just depends on your catch. You know, if you can catch a
Right.
male Nidoran.
Right, that makes sense. Because, like, well, the Blastoise makes sense because as
It
long
can be
as
a
you...
starter.
Yeah, as long... Well, what?
So you're guaranteed to get it. It can be a starter.
Oh, yeah, but you're actually playing, like, on a Game Boy.
Yeah.
I thought you were playing an emulator.
Oh no, I am. Oh yes, I have. Peter. Oh, this is. I took out. No one can see, Tom. I took out like the Game Boy.
Oh, yeah,
out of
you
my-
have a Game
out of
Boy
my-
Color.
Yeah, this is my roommate's, and he was gonna sell it. And I was like, nah, man, let me play around
I
yellow.
thought you had mine because I had the magenta one.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, that is Peter Fritz's magenta.
But once you picked it up and
Game
it has the
Boy.
battery pack, because
Right. Yeah, yours never
fuck
had
ours
that.
don't have a battery
Fuck
pack.
all that
Oh, he actually they used to have a sticker back
on the
here.
back. Yeah, I remember that. What
And
was it
then
of?
I think it was
Oh.
more of this number or
Yeah.
something. It was something to
Something-
do with like Nintendo.
Remember ours like fraying off.
Yeah, and it peeled off just like this.
Yeah, that
perfectly
one's like a
smooth.
nice clean peel.
Oh, I didn't
yeah.
know you're playing the actual.
Yeah, so I'm like
game.
really playing yellow, and I'm
okay.
considering buying like Crystal next and just doing all of them.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, I might. I mean,
I've never played.
If I can
Crystal.
get through it. Yeah, I've never played. I haven't played it either. That was the first one that gave you gender options, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the first
Yeah.
one. Chris and Ethan are the two characters.
Yeah. I don't
Chris
use
never
their
came
names.
back.
It's me and you in that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you're the rival on the trainer. Oh, it's so fun.
Yeah, they never when they redid Gold and Silver, they changed Chris to another girl character whose name I don't remember. I want to say it's
Was
like
it? Oh, wait. What was the guy's name?
Ethan is his name. I want to say hers is like. I literally just looked this up yesterday. I don't remember, but they changed her name.
Was it a crystal pun as well?
No,
like a
no,
play, like
it
a
was,
play on crystal, really. Not
Fuck, what is her name? She has like a big hat. She looks way different.
way different from Chris.
Yeah, it's not. Doesn't have the blue hair.
Chris Tall.
Yeah, completely different look. But that one also has a different.
Well, she had a hat though, didn't she? I don't remember what she looks
Chris
like.
has like a bandana.
Oh, okay. So she has a headwear
Yeah.
as is required.
The only one that doesn't, or you can take off the head.
Oh,
is
with
Sun
that
Moon.
one you can change. Yeah.
Sun and Moon. You couldn't do it in
Bollocks.
X and Y.
You can't not have a hat?
You have to have a hat.
Oh my gosh.
In Sun and Moon,
That's
you can take it
hilarious.
off.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
But
they're making advancements, I guess.
the Sun and Moon clothing options
Yeah.
suck. They are terrible.
What are they like?
Everything is like t-shirts and shorts, and there's like 6 shoes
Gotta
options.
be a youngster.
You have to be. Like it's like in X and Y, you had like tons of different hat options, tons of different like upper body options, pants options. Shoes were also kind of limited, but it was like maybe 2 or 3 models of different color.
Yeah.
And then you could change your bag, but that was limited. This one has a couple more bag models with different colors, but it's just like wear a polo shirt, wear a t-shirt, wear a tank top.
No hoodies? What is it, tropical?
It's in Hawaii,
Oh,
but it's just like, I don't know, I want pants.
fair. Well, they at least have like a Hawaiian shirt thing with
Yeah.
a t-shirt underneath? That's fun.
No, they
Oh,
don't.
Bastards.
No. They have like that pattern on stuff.
Yeah, okay.
But that's it. And then
No pants? I mean,
No,
I
the-
guess. I mean,
the closest to full pants is like capris.
okay.
And
For
also
a guy too?
Yeah, just for
nice.
guys.
You get-
I haven't
just
looked
for, you haven't.
I've looked
yeah,
at the girl
right.
options. And the other thing I dislike a lot is they version bar clothing options.
What?
Like certain colors of
aren't
things
available for your
are not
version of the
available
game?
in Sun.
Oh my god, that's
I
so
have to buy Moon to
dumb.
get. Yeah, it's so
Can
dumb.
you trade the clothes?
No.
So then what the? Oh
I just
my God.
picked the wrong version because I wanted the other pair of shoes or something. Like it's
Is there crappier options in Sun? Did you like the Moon
it's
stuff
the
better?
same models, it's just different colors.
Oh,
and I
right.
was all the hats suck.
So you wear warm colors now instead
Yeah.
of, okay.
That's what it is.
Oh, it is. Yeah,
Sun
that's
is
not
all
so
warm
bad.
colors.
I kind of like that.
But I like the only good hat is the starting one, and it's black and blue.
Oh right.
So I want to match that,
Yeah.
and I can't. So
They messed you up.
Yeah, my options were limited.
That sucks.
I forget how I went, but
Yeah.
like in X and Y, I didn't like from the base outfit. I went into a completely different direction and like had like a knit hat and
Yeah.
I looked closer to the Digimon kid from Digimon.
Oh
World.
yeah.
And then to change that and looked like I was wearing like a button down shirt that was open and
yeah.
had like a trucker hat type thing, like almost like original red but all blue themed.
You got it.
So like I could change dramatically how I
Yeah.
looked. And this is like you're a kid wearing a hat or you're a kid not.
Go get them.
Yeah, like,
Hawaii.
It just so like there were like things like that where it's like long tutorial, bad customization options, like to the point of like why even have this?
Yeah.
And it's just like
Some kid shit, man.
you brought.
I guess are they marketing to younger people? Is that what they're going for? They're like,
See,
screw
I would
all
have think
these-
that,
all these
but this
people who know how
one
to play
I don't think
video
that's the
games.
case because they have.
Is it challenging? Do they try to make it hard?
If you don't have the XP share on, it is
yeah,
hard.
that's sort of the crutch. That's sort of actually I would be okay with, because even without it, I remember it not being spectacularly difficult. I feel like they could even notch it up just a little bit so that when you don't have the XP share on, it's like actually a pretty tough game. I would like that, and then make it like super easy for the little ones.
Well,
I don't know about
well,
Sun
thing
and
is,
Moon's
too-
balance. Was Sun and Moon kind of hard without the thing on?
it was.
Oh,
It
okay.
was like in the beginning. Like
Yeah.
obviously you get the
Right.
ball rolling.
Okay. Yeah.
But in the beginning, there are battles you're like, well, fuck me, that was
Yeah,
close.
it was a close scrape.
And
with
the
death.
oh Jesus, the XP share starts on.
Yeah.
So if you're a little kid and don't know how to read,
Right,
you're
you're
never going to
fine.
notice that's on.
Yeah, and you'll just have like
Yeah.
whatever you caught.
Yeah. So it's not the end of the
How
world.
much XP does it give the other guys? Like
That's a
half
great
of
question.
what you earn or whatever?
I would assume so.
Do you actually split it up or
You use
they just also get some?
I honestly I don't know. I've never
Yeah,
used it.
I don't use it, yeah.
The only time I've ever used it is
Yeah, I haven't
in,
used it for like pro play, getting your guys to speed.
in EV training.
Yeah.
What you used to have to do was it would be split between who was in the battle.
Yeah.
So what's an example I can come up with quickly? Like I think a Rattata is 2 speed.
Yeah.
EVs, to people who don't know, are
Like I barely
basically-
know what this is. Give me the
I'll give you a
lowdown.
rundown. So basically, the key part of competitive play is IVs and EVs.
Mm-hmm.
IVs standing for individual values, meaning this is the hidden number that makes my Rattata look different than your Rattata. Like mine will perform differently than yours.
Right.
Because each stat, health, attack, defense, special defense, speed, all have points 0 to 31. And that's what makes stats vary.
Yeah.
So that's what gives you the
Pokemon. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it makes them vary between individuals.
So it makes Pokemon different. So like you catch a Pokemon, I catch a Pokemon. We're not playing the same game.
Yeah.
And there are ways to inbreeding to make it so that you can control, basically eugenics, control where every stat you want is at 31.
Yeah, every stat
Or
you need to.
if
So
you're-
like you'd like always want health, but you also want whatever it attacks with.
Generally, yeah, that's how it works. So it's 31 in everything, and then you have the one that's not the stat that they attack now, that they don't attack with. Even if they're a defensive Pokemon, that's generally just the safest way to do it. If you do a Trick Room team, you try to control it so that there's 0 speed.
0, yeah.
But that's the only other time you ever wouldn't have 31 in 5 stats. And then EVs stand for effort values. That is how you train a Pokemon. So if you are, if you beat, like I said earlier, a Rattata,
Yeah.
that will give you speed EVs because it's a fast Pokemon.
Yeah.
So your Pokemon like learns
Oh wow.
how to be
I
faster
didn't
because
know.
it beat
For some reason, I didn't think that it would relate to the Pokemon. So
Oh, it
what's
does,
what's
yeah.
like health?
Health would be like a Gupton or Guptal or whatever that fucking thing called. Gupson?
I don't know. Which one?
Swalot's first form.
Yeah, that little guy.
So that thing.
Gulpin?
Or Gulpin, that's what it is.
He's
Yeah.
gulping
yeah.
food or whatever. Classic Gulpin.
What would be another speed one? Or a health one?
Swallow, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Swallow,
so
yeah.
funny.
Like Geodude's defense.
Okay.
So stuff like that.
That is fun.
So depending on what you fight,
Yeah.
you get a
like
stat. Generally, the birds are speed, etc.
Okay. Makes sense.
And-
you fight birds. And
Yeah, they're
rats.
fast
Yeah.
and whatever.
Yeah.
So you would
Oh, so that, you know how we were talking about like the getting role playing points?
Yeah.
That's kind of like
Yes.
if you're like a little kid, like I'll just fight Rattatas because
Yes.
they're quick and I'll learn speed and
Yes.
like it'll work.
and every 4 EVs, so you beat a Pidgey, you get 1 speed.
Yeah.
And then for every 4 Pidgeys, next time you level up, generally, instead of getting +3, you're going to get +4 to speed.
Yeah.
So each stat or each Pokemon can have what was 255 in 2 stats, or there was 255 that you could break up plus 4 more
Oh, and EVs.
in EVs. So like to max out a stat, you'd have say 252 because that divides by 4 in speed, 252 in attack, and then 4 in like health.
Yeah.
And then that total was how many EVs a Pokemon could take. So remember, there was the effort ribbon.
And
And I think it started in Diamond and Pearl. It was like a little footprint.
yeah, oh yeah.
Or no, it wasn't. It was a sunburst.
I remember the footprint,
Yeah,
but I
the
also
footprint. It's the same thing.
Yes. No,
If you can acquire that ribbon, that means they have total EVs. So once their EVs have gotten to, what is it, fucking 510 or something,
Yeah.
whatever that total number is, you can use them and fight any Pokemon. They cannot gain any more.
got it.
So there's a limit.
Okay.
And so in EV training, you're trying to fight a bunch of Pidgeys.
Oh, nice.
And in X and Y, they had horde battles.
Oh right.
So it'd be 5 Pidgeys plus another big part of it is Pokerus, which you may have heard of. It's the Nurse Joy will tell you about it if it's on a Pokemon. It's a incredibly rare virus
yeah.
that can be on any Pokemon.
What the fuck?
And can spread to any Pokemon that's in your party.
Oh my god,
and
what does it do?
It doubles EVs.
Oh, that's
So it's not
amazing.
bad.
So it's not bad. Okay.
It's just a virus.
Yeah.
That's what it's like categorized as, but it's actually a great thing to have.
Mm-hmm.
So you get Pokerus on a Pokemon, so you kill a Pidgey. Instead of getting 1, you get 2.
nice.
And then in a horde battle, you're getting 2 per all of them.
Oh my
so all the
God.
5.
Yeah.
And so you fight,
So it's just easier to level up.
It's so much easier. And with XP share on, the Pokemon you're EV training doesn't have to be out.
Oh.
So I would just have my Greninja sit out, use Surf, and whatever I was getting the EVs.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So like but that's the only time I ever used that XP share.
Yeah.
I've never actually used it.
Very nice.
But yeah, there's a lot of different parts to
the old
competitive
Pokemon arena. Yeah.
competitive training. You need to have these. So like when a game comes out, people are looking for something with Pokerus, high IV'd Dittos
Right, for breeding.
for breeding. Because the way that works is when a Pokemon is breeding, you need 2 items, a Everstone
Yeah.
and a Destiny Nut. And the Everstone, whoever's holding the Everstone has a 50% chance of passing on their nature,
Ah.
which do 10% bonus to a stat and
Oh,
remove 10% from another
or they
stat.
can be neutral.
Or neutral. There's 5 neutral ones.
Mm-hmm.
And so if it's like an offensive guy, you're going to want to have, like Adamant is plus 10 to attack, minus 10 to special attack.
Right, so it's
'Cause,
perfect for like a striker.
So it's a striker. Yeah, they're going to just do whatever.
So you'll generally want one that has a detracting stat in one of the attacking stats.
correct.
And then one that's
Mhm.
got boosts whatever you need. Yeah.
Right.
Because you take the off attacking
Generally,
stat.
but if like as a defensive Pokemon, you're going to want like Bold, which gives to defense but takes from special attack, for example.
Right, yeah.
So like that, so you're always taking from the other, but like you'll pick different ones.
Yep.
Sometimes you're gonna want like I used to run a Jolly Garchomp, so that because a lot of times what happens in Pokemon, other people are doing this, so you get things called speed ties. So if 2 Pokemon that are the same Pokemon,
Yeah.
they're going to be designed perfectly identical.
Because they'll be like perfect. Yeah.
Perfect. So they're perfect speed,
Yeah.
252 in speed, 31 IVs in
So
speed. They have the same number.
Yeah.
They cannot go any higher.
Yep.
So the only way to make that go higher is to pick a nature that would bonus the speed. So now they're faster,
Oh, but like just, yeah.
but just barely. Because if in a speed tie, it's a coin flip. So if we both have Adamant Garchomps, meaning they get bonuses to attack,
Yeah.
our speed's the same, it's a coin flip. So if
Yeah.
it's like both our last Pokemon, we're fucking nervous. Because it could be anything, you know?
Yes.
And we're going to both blow up with like outrage,
Yeah, just
instantly
take
kill
those.
them. The battle now goes in someone's favor. So it's, you look for,
Yeah, so you
The
play
little
the
ways.
trends
Yeah.
as well as
so yeah, you need to,
what's good.
yeah, Pokemon competitively is 100% just practice because you just need to learn what people are using, what sets they're using,
Yeah.
why they're doing stuff.
You need to,
Like I applied to become like a caster for Pokemon,
oh, yeah.
and I had to like release a video. And in casting for Pokemon, you have to basically when you're watching it, you need to know everything about that Pokemon. So you
Yeah.
need to see from almost seeing one move, you should be able to determine what set they're running, what item they have.
And there's like common.
Yeah. So like you're gonna see this, or like you'll see them like what's a popular one? Assault Vest Tyranitar.
yeah.
Because Assault Vest gives you a bonus to special defense. So you see a Tyranitar get hit with not Focus Blast because that'd probably kill it, but some kind of move that would be super effective,
Yeah.
and it doesn't die. That's special damage, meaning it's like typically it's something that makes
Like
sense.
that Aura Blast thing.
Aura Blast would would kill it because it's
would.
fighting because it's weak to both. It'd be times 4.
Oh, yeah, that is times
but some
4.
I don't know,
But
whatever.
some shit like that, yeah.
Yeah. You would see it not die, and you're like, well, that's clearly got Assault Vest.
Yeah.
Like
it would
it
need to have something.
because you
like
need when you do enough of it, you just know visually this
Based
move
on
hit
how much health
this
disappeared.
much should disappear. Yeah, because realistically, I would say it was worse last year, but there's probably at any given time, I don't know, maybe 20 viable Pokemon.
Really?
It's not a lot.
That sucks.
I mean, to be fair, the amount of Pokemon that are fully evolved is significantly less than the total number of Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
So a lot of people very rarely are using a not fully evolved Pokemon.
Well, yeah, there's that one item that's
Yeah,
specific
Evilite?
to it. Evilite. Yeah.
It gives 50% to both defenses.
Oh, yeah.
and you
if
really
you're not
only
fully
see it-
evolved. On like an Ivysaur.
You could, and I actually did run that,
That's what
but
you
you would
told me.
more popularly see it on Porygon 2.
Ah, yeah, that's nice.
So that was like the most common use of that item.
That's
but
cool.
it's not common. And
Yeah.
like if you see a Porygon 2,
You
it's
know
like,
exactly what's going on.
I know what's going on. Like, yeah, because you just are
There's only, like,
familiar.
one option. for
Right,
that,
yeah. So
Cool.
it's a lot of just invisible knowledge. You just
Yeah,
need to
you just
know.
need to like know how the
Yeah.
game works fundamentally.
So if you like want to like get better, you just fucking play and get your shit kicked in.
Yeah, what do you play on? You play online, right?
Yeah, the
Because you gotta
popular
try
one-
stuff, and you can't
Yeah.
like commit to a team and then be like, oh well, this sucks.
Yeah, the popular
Another 10
one
hours of grinding or whatever.
is Showdown.
Showdown, Pokemon,
Pokemon Showdown. It's just a Pokemon emulator, basically, for
Just for
competitive
battles,
battling,
yeah.
just battling. So you
And
can
you can
make,
like custom design their EVs, IVs on the thing.
yeah, it's literally just plugging in values.
Yeah, and then you just like fight with numbers.
Yeah, like I had
Fight with numbers and
that's all it
predictions.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like baseball where like
Yeah.
you're just
Just,
fighting
like,
numbers.
Stats, man.
You just watch the numbers go after each other and then the battle's
That's not
over.
what baseball is. There's definitely people on the field, man.
No, a lot of it is
No, I know. There's
at a
like
high level
statistics and
is just like
what
watching
have you.
statistics.
Yeah. I mean, if you're like really into baseball, if you're like gambling or something.
No, like my one friend does the recruiting and like that's
Oh,
his
well, yeah,
job,
that
is,
stuff
like,
too. Yeah.
He just watch it.
He
like sees
moneyballs
numbers.
it. He's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah.
Like that's
look at
like
these
the
stats.
kind of way
yeah,
of doing
yeah.
it. at
I'm
this point.
sure
But like
that,
you know, if you're at the upper level and you understand that,
yeah.
you are watching
Get
numbers
baseball, man.
just play out.
Like, oh,
'Cause,
well,
like,
yeah,
it's
the
math.
numbers, man.
Yeah,
It
of
all
course
makes
there's human
sense.
error,
Of
but
course, there's human error.
in Pokemon there is
human
no error.
excellence.
Yeah.
Maybe they're good too.
The human error comes from you just making a bad call.
Yeah.
You're like,
yeah,
well,
the
this
human error
guy's
is
not going
you.
to switch. Yeah.
And your bad predictions.
Yeah. So it's
The math could have got it. You fucked up.
Yeah. And then there are also like damage calculators. You can go online and be like, all right, so it's this move, this Pokemon.
Oh, and you can like test out how
Yeah.
this would do it. Wow.
Yeah. So like,
Wild.
well, sometimes what you'll do.
Beastly.
So, because say, for example, you like I said, the EVs, you want 255 and a
Yeah.
stat 255. They don't have to go in bulk sum.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
sometimes you'll put your
And so
Pokemon
you
in.
run it and you're like, oh, it didn't
Yeah.
match the simulation. No.
So you'll put it in.
My well-calculated
Except
plan.
Always match the simulation crits. You'll put your Pokemon in. Like say the Tyranitar example.
Yeah.
You put Tyranitar in with Assault Vest, and then you just you can see what moves would put it over 100% health.
Yeah.
And like you put all the EVs, everything in, and it will just tell you like, and so you just move numbers
to
around until you minimize the amount of things that can kill it.
Yeah. Wow.
So,
That's
yeah.
amazing.
So you're like, all right, I want it to attack, but I need it to survive. So I'm going to move
Just
these
like
into
one attack
defense.
is kinda slow
Okay,
or
now it can
whatever,
survive
yeah.
these.
Wow.
Move it. It'll automatically set it up to the most popular attacks to use against that Pokemon.
What?
Because actually,
That's amazing.
the Pokemon itself keeps track of that.
Okay.
If you go on the GTS website, it will show you top 10 Pokemon, top moves that they have, top abilities
Oh,
they
wow.
have, top natures they use, top items they hold, and you can just like
See
figure
what's
out.
up, yeah.
Like I could, if I want to get into it right now, I would go on there, I would see what people are doing, and adjust to that.
Yeah.
'Cause
Just
it's
play
just-
to it. Yeah.
They just give you the information because
Yeah.
again, it's just all numbers. So
It is.
But it's-
And you
it's-
can- you
it's
can follow
fascinating.
it. That is pretty interesting.
I don't know. I'm not into what's going on with the new ones. I've just been avoiding it, but
You just don't do competitive right now.
I haven't done it. I was actually thinking about it. I think this is the first in like almost 10 years I haven't done
You
this.
haven't done it
Yeah.
now.
'Cause I started with Pearl, and
So
Pearl
what are
is
you competing in now?
just Overwatch.
Good old Overwatch. Yeah, that's
I'm a
a
big
fun
fan.
game. Who are you playing right now?
Anything.
Anything and everything.
I was playing exclusively Lucio.
Exclusio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
He's fun.
I have my one friend who does the numbers thing with Overwatch.
Oh,
like
really?
he has a
watches
spreadsheet.
Pro Overwatch? Is that?
Occasionally I do.
Oh, no, I'm saying he does. That's
he
what
does, yeah.
follows the numbers for, yeah.
Yeah, but no, he keeps a spreadsheet of
No shit.
his performances.
Oh, his own shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
And because I play with him, I'm in that spreadsheet.
Oh, no way. That's fun.
And so he looked at the numbers. He's like, you should be playing Farah and Soldier more.
Huh.
Like your win rate with these characters.
Wow, that's super interesting.
oh, yeah.
So as you do that now?
And so I started doing it, and I've lost like 4 times.
Nice.
It's like,
Farah and Soldier are really good. They're my go-to attackers. I also kind of like Sombra, even though I'm not good as her.
I love her.
It's fun as fuck to like
She's a lot of
disable
fun.
things.
Yeah. She's
so
just
cool.
like, if you
And
don't
are all holy shit.
do things
So
correctly.
good. Just walk in the back. Oh,
Yeah.
defenses are down.
When she
Fucking
came
roll in,
out-
boys.
When she came out, I was so driven to get her cute spray.
Yeah. What is it for? The whole team.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
I want to say it's 5.
It's 5 isn't that bad.
It's pretty hard
Well, I mean,
because you need them to cluster up.
yeah,
and
the
no
range
one to
isn't that
die.
bad. Yeah.
So sometimes what kept happening was they would be all clumped up, and I would stealth in, jump
And then
behind
someone
them,
would just
and
die.
then one of my teammates would kill one of them. I'm like, I guess I can't get that. I'll
Yeah.
still use this, but I can't get this right now.
Yeah.
And so eventually, when I got it, we were on to Paul, the one with the big gap in the
Oh
middle.
yeah.
And I just jumped over the gap, ulted, and then they killed me immediately. But I was like, I fucking got it.
Whatever. Yeah.
But she's
Went
fun.
out like a champ. She is fun. It's a fun game. I don't
I
play
like
competitively though. I don't do ranked. Is it
It-
ranked or competitive? What do they call it?
It's the same thing, but it's
Yeah.
called competitive.
Yeah.
Like League called it ranked, I think.
Yeah,
but-
League called it ranked.
Yeah.
That's why I was confused, I guess. I generally I think my best is soldier, just because it's sort of all around.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty easy guy to play. I mean, easiest to learn, just to get into the game. And that's it's interesting because it's one of the ones where I'm not like most competitive online, what have you. I'm playing support. Like I just generally, I don't know. But
Oh, really?
yeah, I feel like a lot of the times I'm like a healer, but this one I like the attack characters too much. I like Pharah. I like Soldier.
Because I had that.
Sombra.
I had the opposite, where I always play DPS and everything.
Yeah.
But in this
Oh yeah,
game,
you played Lucio for so long.
I wanted to
Yeah,
play
that was
support.
an interesting choice. I didn't peg you for a Lucio.
I don't even know what started it.
Yeah, I mean, you probably just tried it and it was really fun
It's a lot of fun.
because you can slide on the walls. Like,
Yeah.
what's more fun than that?
And they got him, and he just like every part of him was just so cool. And like when I
His
started,
aesthetic, he's bumping beats
When I
while he
start-
fights.
I started looking into him, and his skill ceiling just so high. Like, just the things you can accomplish with
Yeah.
him is crazy. Like the little, they all had names.
What?
Everything he can do has like a name, and I forget what the
Like
one's
his
called.
move combos?
No, like just the tech that he has with his movement.
Yeah.
Like one of what was it called? Ramp boosting or something? Like just hitting a staircase or something, you get a mild speed boost.
Oh, going
And so-
down?
yeah.
Yeah.
And like even the smallest incline can give you this boost. It's the same number regardless of the size of the ramp, I think. It only is determined by how far down you fall. So like there was a video I was watching and the Lucio is like fallen from something, hits the ground and flies away, and just this Roadhog just completely misses his hook, and it's from the Roadhog's perspective. He goes, "Where the fuck did that guy go?" Because he's just flying past him. So like, there's a lot of like little things. They changed him, so I don't know how much of that like applies now.
Yeah.
Because like he gets the boost from hitting a wall and stuff like that, and doing all those like little
Sure, he
things.
was
So
nerfed.
yeah, what?
I said, I'm sure he was nerfed.
No,
No?
he's amazing.
Yeah.
He does so much
Fair.
healing just in a smaller area, but you
Yeah.
can get to everywhere so fast now. That doesn't matter. The one thing I was watching on the new Lucio.
Yeah, that's like the problem with. I really like Zenyatta, like aesthetically and lore wise, but he's slow. He's like just slow. Because
he's real
Mercy
slow, yeah.
has that gravitate thing, and Lucio has the speed boost, and like those are the other two I play. Then I get on Zenyatta, and I'm like, ugh. So but he's like his attack and defense makes up for it. He's,
Oh, yeah.
he's actually like really strong.
You don't need to be fast because you should be sitting further back
yeah,
anyway.
You should be far back. Yeah,
Yeah.
throwing your
Your
what is it?
balls.
Yeah, your balls.
Orbs.
Tossing your orbs at everyone.
Yeah.
Fun guy.
Yeah, Discord's valuable.
Yeah, Discord.
The bonus damage.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy. Like if you, I don't remember if it's the same number, but there was a point where like Roadhog he instantly died if you hit him with
If
that.
you hit him with that.
Yeah, because he was just liquidate. Because he was just
If you just hit him with,
He has-
Zenyatta could do it himself. Wait,
He could.
Roadhog is a tank.
yeah, but
You lie.
no, because if he takes 50% more damage, it's like he has 300 health instead of 600.
Oh yeah.
So he's just taking so much more
Gets
damage,
blasted.
and he just dies so much because he has no armor.
Yeah, he doesn't. It's true.
Which
he's
halves-
wearing a shirt. That
No, he's not.
bastard.
But yeah, armor halves damage under 100.
Yeah, that's why like explosives.
Yeah, it's like Pharaoh will always
will
do.
always hit you if she hits you direct.
Yeah, which is 180. But he's so fat,
So fat.
it's not as
right,
hard.
He can
'cause you're
absorb
just
and he can
shooting.
heal.
Yeah,
He's really friggin' good.
he's okay.
I like his ult. It's fun.
He was better when his hook was broken.
What's wrong or what happened?
So like, what's an example? So like, he could be standing. On Dorado, there's
Yeah.
like that archway to the first point.
Yeah.
So he could stand on the other side of that, and if he threw his hook out and then you ran away and got behind the wall, if the hook hitbox hit you anywhere near that. The hook doesn't the hook could pass you, but the
Yeah.
hitbox is so wide, it would hook you and then
And
pull you
through
around the wall.
Yeah.
And now they have it set so if it hooks you and you go to the wall, it'll do a secondary hook check
Okay.
and then bounce the hook
It'll
off because
break
you
it,
get it's
yeah.
like you get pulled into the wall.
Yeah.
And disconnect. Knocking shit over.
Lost the mic.
This is why I need new stuff.
This is why you need new stuff.
This is just the other one will be like more what do you call it? Attached. I guess.
What?
The new setup I have
mic screen
coming.
thing?
Yeah, it's like it's hard to explain. It's like attached to the base,
Yeah.
so I'll do that. So
Is it screwing in?
yeah, this screw's not broken. I don't
Yeah,
know
that
what
one's like. Is it a replacement screw? Or is that what it came with?
That's what it came with.
Yoinks.
Yeah,
It's like a plastic screw holding the screen
yeah,
on.
and it's not flat.
No, it's not.
It's like beveled for some
It's
reason.
not
weird.
right. Yeah.
So what else have you been doing?
Oh, nothing really. I spent I just got finished with school, so I did nothing
you're done,
all
done.
day. Well, I have one take-home exam for music theory,
That's
so it's
not
gonna
real.
be fine. It's not real.
That's not real. I took that same class.
With Kanye?
Yeah.
Yeah, easy. So I'll get that. But yeah, I'm done with my papers and everything. So I start work tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Right
be-
into the workforce.
Right into I'm not even doing senior week where it's just like a week off and doing
Oh, yeah,
whatever
yeah.
with everyone. Just gonna go get money.
Nice.
Loads of money. Yeah. I meant to give myself senior week, but I told my boss the wrong date and I was like, you gotta live with it. Here we go. I'm not gonna take it back. Can I start a week later to party for a week? Yeah, it's gonna be fine, I think.
All right.
I'm happy to be done with due dates and having to worry about stuff after 5 p.m.
Oh.
because that seems pretty lit that you get to just come home and do whatever. We could go out too,
No, that's nice.
I'm trying to put a positive spin on
there
making
is
myself a
definitely-
wage slave.
There is definitely a nice freedom to it, but I have found that I'm more pleased if there's something I give myself a deadline for.
Yeah.
Even something simple as finish this game by
Yeah.
X day or something,
Yeah.
just to
Just to have stuff, goals and stuff.
yeah, not to just flounder about what am I gonna do?
What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm still gonna act and stuff though. So
Oh, that's good.
I'll be stressed out sometimes. That's fine. I'll have tech weeks to look forward to and what have you.
Yeah,
So
that's
not bad.
kind of why I started this. I'm I just need
I
something
need
to
something
do.
to stress me out, man. I need a weekly release deadline.
That's basically what it is.
Well,
It's
yeah, it's not bad. I mean,
No, it's
fun.
super easy. And the other thing though is I'm doing all these editing things now out of nowhere. It's
Yeah.
now it's even
Oh, yeah,
extra
you've
stuff.
just been getting.
I literally spent
charge
two
money, bitch.
2 days to do that promo.
Yeah, charge. Wow, did you charge money?
No.
Yeah, you're gonna start charging money. I'll be your agent. Put them through to me. You're bitch. Let's see the money.
It was fun.
Yeah, that sounded like it was a fun project.
Yeah, it was good.
I mean, it's just like watching Smash videos. So
I mean,
Can't be that
I
bad.
didn't even watch them.
oh,
Tristan pulled all the videos.
he got
for
you the
me.
clips.
Yeah,
okay.
I
So
just
just some bomb ass editing.
yeah took me forever to figure out how to put that filter over everything.
yeah,
I don't know why.
yeah. Filter seems pretty basic thing to do.
Well, the problem was, so I could put the filter over the footage, and then if I put a title or text over it, it would clearly look like the text was on top of the footage.
so,
And I wanted to look
yeah.
like a VHS.
Yeah, I had to integrate it all.
Yeah. So what I had to do, well, what I thought would be just to do was you take the title section of the timeline
Yeah, put it underneath the filter.
and just put the filter on that, and it would
Yeah.
just filter over. The filter kept putting up a background, so it would block the footage behind it. I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any sense.
And after 3 hours, I took the 2-3 hour break to eat dinner with you guys.
Oh,
but
yeah.
it took me until maybe 3 a.m. to figure
Oh,
out how to do
God.
it. And what it was you take all of the sections of the timeline,
Mm-hmm.
you can do a thing called nesting, which compresses it all into one,
yeah.
and then you just put the filter over the one, and it fixes it.
Okay.
So it worked out.
it was a
but
simple solution.
I literally popped
Googling
off.
it, not the thing.
See, what happened was I was Googling it,
I'm a hella
but I didn't know what to
Googler.
call it.
Yeah, I guess that is. What's the program?
No, I was searching through Premiere.
Oh,
That's
okay.
that's as far as I could get. So I'd be
yeah.
like, title filter has background, and people were like,
What are you talking about?
the only thing I got was until I figured out what it was. It was some forum post from years ago, and that was the other thing too, was the version of Premiere I'm using recently updated, so all the information, all the
the new
YouTube videos were from the last one.
Oh, okay.
So they'd be
the
like,
new one.
just go up here and hit this option. I'm like, that's not there.
Yeah.
Like, what's so that was frustrating because they just changed how titles work, and what was their title options called the legacy title now. So I had to go and dig through the system to find that one, and then do all this other stuff. So it was a bunch of hoopla, but
Bunch of hoopla.
but I finally figured it all out, and then
Got a bomb ass vid out of it.
big fan.
Big fan of your vid, Tom.
Yeah, I literally woke up the next day. I'm
Plug
like,
the vid. You want to send that out to the?
oh, it's on this YouTube channel.
Oh, great! So they'll see the vid.
Yeah.
They'll be like, now I want to go to this Smash event. I'm hyped. I'm hyped as fuck. Look at all these guys coming at a high
Well, this will
level.
probably be out by the time
fuck
that
it.
happens.
You blew it.
What are you gonna do?
I think you can still watch the video. Still get
No,
hyped.
it's still fucking dope.
Still a dope video. It looks, got that VHS filter. Got it over the titles and everything.
Did the whole thing without spend a penny. So that was good.
Yeah.
Because the effect is a third party plugin,
Oh.
but they let you have a free trial.
Oh,
so
hey.
just,
Dude, I love free trials. Oh my god.
oh, I have 14 days to do another one.
You
But,
can do all sorts of videos.
but it was
That's
good.
funny.
It was good. The weirdest part too for that thing was the logos I have for the people sponsoring it.
Yeah.
Their fucking logos are terrible, and I had to like remake one of them from scratch.
What?
It was so bad.
You
It was,
remade a sponsor's logo?
it was so poorly made.
Was he okay with it?
He has no idea.
Oh, okay.
It's a piece of shit. Like,
What did he send you in? Like a
He didn't
low
send it.
resolution? Oh.
I had to like go find it,
Combed the internet?
Yeah.
And you found like an icon
Yeah.
sized picture.
but it's so poorly made
Yeah.
that like there's a very easy way to PNG something and
Yeah.
remove the background. You can make the transparent background, do all this stuff, and it's not that hard. It was so poorly done that when you try to use the certain tools to select different parts, or the whole thing rather, it wouldn't work. It just wasn't taking it, and it was just like, all right, I'll just fucking do this myself.
Yeah.
So I had to like redo it, and like I could like take parts of it and like plug it back together and
Right.
stuff, but it
Yeah.
was just. It was so like, well, this shouldn't be the hard part.
This is ridiculous. Get your shit together. Sponsors. Well, I mean, they're sponsoring a Smash tournament. What are you
Yeah.
going to do?
Well, apparently,
They don't have that graphic design money, Tom.
well, apparently the one that was like the higher, it was the easier logo to work with. They're not even like a sponsor of the event, but like I just took a fucking shot in the dark because no one was getting back to me, and I was like, well, their fucking logo's on the trophy for this event's a championship belt, like a wrestling belt.
Oh, really?
And their logo's on that, so I'm like, fuck it, they gotta be somehow involved with this. I'll put them up.
That.
And then I was
Close
talking to Malcolm, who's running it, and he was like, they're not like a real sponsor. Like, I was like, oh, all right.
Who are they running it? Who's what's
Pastime
his
Legends is running it with, I guess, Gaming Underground, not claim to fame, which I thought they were, but
name? Huh.
oh well.
So Malcolm works there? What's
No,
his name?
Malcolm is just. So the big thing is Malcolm has been running the Project M scene over here.
Yeah.
Like he runs the weekly and
The
all that
whole
shit.
scene.
He was. I don't think there's a weekly anymore.
Oh.
But and so he would help run the bigger events
Yeah.
with what would be Pastime Legends and RPI. It was like the other
Oh,
big
yeah,
group.
the RPA. Yeah. Oh, our cousin Jason just got elected as the president of their
Yes,
Smash Club.
yes. So like they would help run the events, and we ran a pretty big one for PM.
Shout out to Jason if you're listening.
He does.
Okay. Oh, he does? Oh,
He-
great.
he-
Oh,
he told me
listened
it
to
was
one.
dope.
Yeah, he sent
Yeah.
us that one. Then.
Yeah, shout outs to Jason.
Hey.
So the PM one was going well, and things were looking up.
Yeah.
And then I guess at one point people were asking Malcolm a bunch of questions and getting in the way, and he was like, everyone fucking stepped, like, hang on. So he swore. So one of the other guys was like, oh, he's a terrible TO, blah, blah, blah. And now all the other TOs have left, so Malcolm's the only TO left, so now he's like, he's the golden boy.
TO.
Yeah, so now everyone's, now he's doing more because he's the
There
only
is
left.
no one else.
Yeah, so like there are other people
Why'd they leave?
involved. What?
Why'd they leave?
One of the guys, he's been doing this for years, so he's like, I'm gonna go be a real person. So he's
What?
leaving. So he left. I think he moved out, or he's moving somewhere else to get like
Get away from it all.
like a tech job or somewhere,
Oh,
or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, God bless.
Why you gotta do this?
I don't know. it's who I am. That's like, yeah, I've just lost the filter with that kind of thing.
What?
Like burping and like spitting. I'm just gross now. Like,
Spitting?
I spit
Spitting's
all
gross.
the time.
Where? How are you
like
spitting?
during rehearsals, like acting.
Just on stage?
No, not on stage.
Yeah.
Like rehearsing. Well, I had for the Glass Menagerie, I had 2 buckets on each, like a bucket on each wing, so that if every time I was off stage, I could spit. Like I had a water bottle and a bucket on each side, so
Ew.
I'd spit and drink water. If I could have had a piss bucket too, I would have been in heaven. Like I need to like I'm no concern, no shame for bodily fluids. In the name of art, I just let it be.
All right.
I'm just gross now. I don't even care. Because, like, I speak, you speak better after a nice spit.
I guess that's
You
true.
really hawk a loogie, you clear up.
So I actually thought about this, and I want to ask you, as a stage performer,
Yeah, lay it on me.
how does it feel to pretty much just be doing, like, remakes? Like, very rarely are you
yeah,
doing
it's-
something original. Like you would in
it's super
film.
interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting question. Well, because honestly, this and that's a good, interesting you bring that up because the stuff I like is actually like making your own stuff. Like I love devising stuff and like doing clown stuff and like you're just sort of like you're literally just playing pretend. So like
Right.
it's very high level playing pretend. That's all this all is. That's the big scam, guys. You're just fucking around up there. Like no one is actually. No, there's a lot going into it. It is more fun to like make up stuff in my opinion. But I have no issue like doing covers because there's so much more to like what a human is doing besides the words that they're saying. So there's like a lot more to play. Like how you say it is like the whole thing, you know. There's so much going on.
Choices.
Yeah, there's choices and decisions to make. It's blocking decisions. How the composition. It's a very collaborative work. So we're all working to take this like set text and make it ours in a way. It's like covering songs. It's not
Right, yeah.
the end of the world. And in the end, every production is its own thing, and it's got its own little signature mark. So it's not.
No, I was just thinking about, like, comparing different forms of art, and it's like if a film is being
Yeah.
remade, it's like fucking
That's
sacrilege.
a remake, yeah.
But-
Well, yeah, because that's the thing with theater though is that it's so temporary. Like we have to keep doing the good stuff or it goes away forever.
All right,
Like if we
makes
stop
sense.
doing Shakespeare, that's it. It's gone. Like there's recordings of it now, but Shakespeare is about going and watching it and being there, being in the room and watching a guy like go through all of the human experience in like 3 hours or what have you, and like just doing real emotions and stuff. And it's just like
Because I
it's just
thought-
good to it's good
yeah, I
to
was
be
just
in the
thinking-
room there.
I was thinking how weird it is that in like theater and music, it's totally cool to just copy someone.
Yeah.
But in film or comedy or video games, it's like, what
Yeah,
the
why does
fuck
no
are you
one
doing?
cover books? There was an
that's
Ask Reddit thread about it.
Oh,
Like,
really?
If there, like it was like a cool, like what novel would you like to be seen covered by another author? Someone's like Tolkien's The Bible and stuff. Like
Oh,
that'd
right,
be cool
yeah.
if like people covered books. Like just like really. I guess it would only work with like really well known famous authors and be like, yes, I'd love to see X and so's version of this. But yeah,
I thought it was interesting.
I'd love to see George R.R. Martin do every fairy tale.
That'd be interesting. I guess that does happen.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, he's really just like shitting on every fantasy thing ever, just flipping
Yeah.
it all around.
No, I'm saying like people have redone like
Okay,
their
now I see
Alice
what
in
you're saying.
Wonderland or whatever.
Yeah. That
Maybe
does,
not
like the real old, like really old stories can get copied, but
Like
it's like
not-
sort of
like Alice in Wonderland, not so in writing, but
right.
in other forms,
the other you're right.
or like what was I gonna say? I don't remember. Something else like that, where it's just like it's done like often.
Well, yeah,
but-
like oral tradition, or I
Yeah.
guess something like that. Now, I guess could be different people's translations of a work. Would
Okay.
be the same people. I don't know. I'm just like
comic books. That's what it was.
Oh,
Like we
retelling
know,
the story of
we know
X
the
and so.
core. Like if you read a Batman,
Oh, see, that's
the
that's
background's
why,
covered.
Right, and that's why some people make that comparison that like comic books are our Greek Greek gods. That's our pantheon of gods.
Right, that makes
Because
sense.
they're
That
like
makes
the
sense.
super beings, and they're like a like an archetypal thing. They're like
They have a
character.
history
Right? They're a
that we're
character that
aware
we
of.
understand, and we know
Yeah.
the stories, and it's sort of passed down. Then it would be like an oral tradition, so things got muddied and what have you, and now we've got like comics, and people take their liberties and what have
Right.
you in that. It's
But that
interesting.
was like that is almost expected for you to cover it.
Yeah.
Like no one, like there's no like maybe at a time there is a Batman story, but it's not the same one that started at the first one.
Yeah.
Discover or Detective
Batman's
Comics
like
or whatever.
an immortal being now. You can just put him in
Right.
the modern, like the whatever most modern age you're in, and
Well, that's like
he'll sort of fit in. They're all sort of timeless.
well, that's what Kevin Smith always says comics are always in their second act
Yeah.
because you know the beginning and there's no end.
Right.
So you're
Oh, that's
always
very interesting.
writing.
That's an interesting.
You're
way
always
to say
writing a
that.
second act.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, you are, because you can't like finish off a character. Who the fuck
No.
are you?
Yeah.
Who do you think you are?
Alan Moore.
Yeah, that guy, motherfucker.
Yeah, he tries to kill everything. I mean,
Good
it's
for him.
ambiguous, but it's very
do whatever he
possible
wants.
that the Joker's dead at the end of the Killing Joke. Like, it's not.
Spoilers. No, I never.
Well, it's not. It's ambiguous. He might be
there you
alive,
go.
but he definitely went as far as he could to get rid of that character.
That's amazing.
Which is why when he was like started writing Watchmen, like he had properties already, and they're like, we'll just take these back,
Then we're done with that.
make
You
your
can't
own thing, but
Kill your own characters, you dick.
because it was like things that show up today, like Blue Beetle
Yeah.
was going to be Night Owl,
Oh.
and then the Question, who's not relevant, was going to be like Rorschach and all this stuff. So if you actually
Yeah.
look at them like design
Well, that's
wise,
interesting. Yeah, they kind of
they look
resemble
like the
another
same.
superhero. Yeah.
so he was attempting to kill them all.
Because
they were like- that he had, or DC had purchased from like a company that went under. So
Mm-hmm.
they had their titles, and they were like, all right, just go and do something with them. And he was like, I'm just going to murder all of them.
What a
Like,
jerk.
whoa, man.
Why would you do that? I mean, that's a story you wanted to tell, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever. But
And he's very
it's
like,
much better as its own.
Oh, it's way better.
Intellectual
Yeah.
property. Well, I don't know. I've never. I don't know what his idea was for having.
it's, I think the
the
same thing. It was
IPs,
just
but-
they you know,
yeah, he
swapped
just
palettes.
literally just swapped the colors. Yeah.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
you see what is going on with DC Rebirth? I think it's done now, but
DC Rebirth.
It was
they're
their-
like redoing the.
do you remember the New 52?
Yes.
So it was the
doing that
next.
again.
It was the next thing of that,
Ah, yeah.
and it was tied in to Watchmen.
Oh, wow. What?
So like, I never read past the first like Justice League Rebirth or whatever the first one was,
Yeah.
but it ends with Batman finding the comedian's pin.
Oh, nice.
And I think what ended up happening was that universe was the one Dr. Manhattan went off to make
Yeah.
at the end of Watchmen.
Oh, what? Oh my God.
Yeah, so when he's like, I don't understand humans, I'm gonna go make my own universe.
That's amazing.
This was the result of
That's so
that,
cool.
which paralleled.
I always theorized that he meant for him to have been going off to create our universe or our galaxy or what have you.
I always thought that too.
That's what I thought he was trying to get at somehow. And like he would just prevent the uprising of these like superhero beings or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's why we have like a normal world without them.
Right.
That's what I thought.
I think that
I thought there was some levels there that I was reading into. I don't know.
I think that was closer to the like actual reality.
The actual
but
interpretation.
they
meant. Yeah.
took it because he doesn't have the rights
Yeah,
to
do
it.
what the hell you want.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
I don't either. That's a great series. I don't want you
Yeah.
to fuck with it.
Like
Or
I
not
know
series,
he's
a good.
they was it
Solid
or
work.
prequels. They did a bunch of prequel comics for each character,
Oh. Okay.
and I know he's not happy with that.
Oh.
It's like I told you what happened before. Like,
Yeah, and they didn't do it right.
it's like, or is it after Watchmen or something?
That doesn't sound right. There's like no one
Yeah.
around.
It's they did like a sequel prequel situation. He's like,
There
I
was
fucking covered it
no-
all. Like
yeah, he covered it all.
I shut
It
the
was-
fucking book on that.
It was such an open and shut thing. Like it was such a tight end to end.
Yeah.
It was everything was
Like,
right
we
where it
saw
needed
the
to be.
before,
Oh, yeah,
we see how
very
it
well-
ends.
It was so well made.
It's packed.
You don't need to expand on that really. Well, I think a prequel could be cool if he did it.
Oh, if he did it, yeah. But I don't. He's very much.
I kind of like the idea of like them and their superhero. I mean, then it just becomes a stereotypical superhero thing because none of them can die or anything.
right.
So it's
Yeah,
So it
exactly.
actually, him. Yeah, never mind. Never ignore that.
Yeah.
Terrible
He's, I think, done with comics, or
Oh,
he wants to
what's he up
do
to?
maybe one more League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, I think,
idea.
or something like that. He is on
Extraordinary.
to books.
Oh, right.
He
on.
just
Yeah, that
wrote a
makes
book.
sense. He's a really fucking good writer.
A really big book called Jericho.
He's big.
Jerusalem, I think that's what it's called. And it's like, I want to say it's about his, like, where he grew up. And it's like this apartment complex and how the characters work with each other. And it's like a low income apartment complex in somewhere in England, wherever he's from.
Nice.
And I think it's like that. It's almost like an autobiography, fictional thing. I would assume there's some magic because he's a big fan of that.
yeah. I mean,
He's
why
like a
not?
practitioner of like black magic.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, or
that's
was.
some
I think
weird
he's done
shit.
with it, but
Yeah.
actually him and Grant Morrison, the guy who was like the big dog Batman writer besides him, also a black magic guy.
What? That's weird.
Yeah.
Like
comic.
for real, they believe
Yeah,
it.
like they
Wow.
fucking practice it. And stuff.
But like, what do you mean practice? You don't get to cast spells.
it's
That
the
doesn't
fucking
work.
same thing as like Christianity.
Yeah,
you just
I mean,
fucking
I get,
show
like,
up
I guess
and say words.
Well, yeah, I feel like the appeal though to like turning to the dark side of black magic was that it was like actually going to do stuff for you.
No,
like
I-
is that not like you play to the devil and like he'll like show up and give you shit, right?
No, I
Trade
don't.
your soul for like a car.
I think it's like I want to say it's a snake god or something metal as hell.
That is metal as hell.
And
But he doesn't let you shoot fireballs. So like I don't like what the why even bother?
I think it's like the same idea, rituals and
And like
saying.
you'll get a luck boost.
Yeah.
you get your boosts to your invisible stats.
I mean, isn't that the
no, I
same
know
thing
that's
as
the
praying?
whole. Yeah, I
You're
mean,
like,
you kind of hope that it worked.
Yeah,
You go
you're
about
like,
your day.
oh.
You didn't get his signs.
Yeah.
You keep moving about your day. Fingers crossed.
I think he's moved on with that. He had
Yeah.
a comic series that was
About spooky magic.
it was like magic centric. I forget what it's called.
Magic is
It's about like a
fun.
goddess that I think someone takes the form of or something. But it has a lot of the imagery of
like occult stuff.
yeah, occult stuff.
Yeah,
Which is
that's
cool.
kinda neat. Yeah, yeah. I like the aesthetic of like occult spooky stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah, I want to read
Reading about it. Dr. Faustus? No, probably not. It's like a really old. I think that's
Oh, is
the
that
play
the-
version of the guy who sells his soul for
Yeah.
infinite knowledge or
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah.
I saw back to that experimental video class, there was something in there related to that.
Yeah.
It was
that's
the
interesting.
it was the first, maybe not the first, but the first successful cross between like on-screen animation and real live action.
What?
So it was like, that because
fun.
we were doing an animation project. So we was like, gotta have something to do with animation, but it's,
Gotta do it. Who was the
there
teacher?
was a lot of room.
That was Massman?
Yeah.
Yeah, fun.
Like I did straight up animation, and this one kid just did a music video, and he's like, "There's
Oh,
nothing."
okay.
He's like, "I was really willing to just, if you had even one thing, I would have given this to you, but you got nothing." And I was just like, "All right."
Fair. I mean, that's what happens when you don't do the assignment.
It was so easy. Like all you had to
Just
do,
literally
like,
any amount of.
I think at one
animation
point
would've covered it.
he's like blowing vape clouds, and he's like, "If this was drawn or like
yeah,
even
literally,
something."
like trace over. it with
Yeah,
something.
like
do
I would
anything.
give you the credit, but you
didn't do
just
your
didn't
animation
do it.
Project. That's funny.
But-
I heavily considered not doing my final papers if I could math it out and like still pass the classes,
Oh yeah,
but they set them up so you couldn't. I checked the syllabus and it's like 1 point away from having it still count from my major and not doing the thing, and I was like, damn it. So I just sat down and did my papers, but
Were they uninteresting things?
yeah, it was okay. The one was on Frankenstein.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was about how Victor Frankenstein is the monster. No, but yeah, he's actually a horrible person. And the creature, though a murderer, I don't think he has like the full capacity to make those murderous decisions, seeing as soon as he like came to being, the only like not a single human being treats him positively like since life began for him. I have no excuse. I mean, I just don't see that he'd have like a normal human development and understand like empathy the same way we would.
The product of his environment.
I think he's a product of his environment, man. I don't think he's got free will, but I think it's beyond whether or not a human has free will. He's like not a fully formed human. He just wouldn't understand like empathy like we would, I think, because he just has no understanding of like having his love reciprocated. There was like this little family he like stalked forever, and like he tried to talk to them and just gets fucking the shit kicked out of him with like a stick, and he didn't hit anyone. He didn't kill anyone until like he killed a kid and he strangled him kind of on accident. It was, he did okay. He did all right, I thought.
I never read it.
It's a pretty good book. It's a page turner. It's quite exciting.
Is it like?
But also there's like, well, let me reel that in, because there's also like long travelogue sections where Victor's like, oh, this monster is stressing me out. Let me go to the Swiss Alps and write about that for like fucking 2 chapters. It's like, okay, VF, why don't we reel it in?
How long of the book is like him just setting up the monster?
Oh, not that long. Oh, probably like a third of the way in we get it, because it's a frame story where like Victor is chasing the monster to the North Pole, and like a North Pole, I know it's weird, and a North Pole explorer like lets him on his boat, and they're like talking about it. So it's Victor telling Walton the explorer the story, and the whole story is like framed around the explorer's letters to his sister. So he like starts with his life story. So the first third of it is like him growing up, getting to college, having studied like occult spooky magic, and then he gets into like, I wanted to like figure out the secrets of life and like have a new superhuman race and be the god of this superhuman race, and like he's just a real egotistical bastard day one. And it gets moving, but then as soon as he comes to life, like Victor runs away, and, like the monster does his own thing for like 2 years. It's like outrageous. Like he just doesn't even. He's like, it's probably fine. I'll just let that go. And then suddenly someone's murdered, and he's like, fuck, it was the monster, wasn't it? Like he just knows. He's like, fuck, I knew I forgot something. Like
the stove is on.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought he died in a windmill fire.
Yeah, I think it's the film. I didn't. We watched the film in one of the classes, but I didn't stay for it because she like this is optional. But yeah, I think that happens in the movie.
Oh, okay.
In the book, spoilers for like a 200-year-old book, I don't know if you see him die. He like jumps out of a boat, like because Victor dies. Victor dies of like he goes mad and he's not taking care of himself and he's like freezing to death in the North Pole and he like dies at the end and Victor like jumps out the window.
Okay.
And like just runs off on his own to die. He runs off to die. But I guess it leaves it open for a sequel. Like he could see something out there and like want to live again. But I doubt it because he makes like numerous mention of his existence being anguish. So I think he's chill to just like freeze to death after Victor died. You know, good book.
Was the monster sentient? Like
he's so fucking eloquent and like just it's actually ridiculous how much you sympathize for the monster like through this. He like explains the situation very well. He's very articulate.
Oh wow.
He's like a dude with like human thoughts. He's like smarter than your average bear. He's like he read all of Paradise Lost and he like quotes it sort of. Not really, but he like directly references it and stuff. Yeah, he's like it's not like the grunting Boris Karloff. He's like a smart dude. He's educated. He's well read. He learns the English language by like watching someone else learn the English language. Like he just gets lucky and the family he's watching happens to be having someone who's teaching another person English and he like spies that and he just like sort of secondhand learns the language.
So that movie is almost not even
I've never
remotely.
seen the film, but
okay.
I think it's way off. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Because like so much of the story is like not Victor, the monster. I in the paper I didn't call him the monster because I think that's not true. He is like the creature or just whatever. You know, he's not like he's not a bad guy. He's just like the victim of his circumstance. So yeah, there's a big chunk of the narrative that's like the monster telling a story, like talking to him about his life experiences after Victor runs away. Yeah, they're like in his hovel together and he's like, let me tell you my life story. So it's like a life story within a life story on a boat. So it's a weird, gets layers in there. It's fun. It's a fun book. It's exciting.
Is it long?
Long. I had like 300 little tiny pages on the edition I had. Not like little tiny, but 300 baby pages. Yeah, they were small. So it wasn't a bad book. It wasn't long. It was amusing. It was very, very rooted in the era, the romantic era.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like her husband was Percy Bysshe Shelley, and it's fun.
Oh, that's right. It's written by a woman, right?
Yeah, Mary Shelley.
Right. Yeah.
Good old. Yeah. And do you know the story of how it came to be?
No.
It was so a famous poet, Lord Byron, was like having a party and Percy Bysshe Shelley and Mary Shelley were there. And, you know, they're like bored because it's like they don't even have the internet yet. So they decided to have a spooky story writing contest.
At this party?
It was like a week-long getaway or something.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. They had like extravagant, I don't know how anyone like fed themselves. Like they're just like, they're all flippant and having boating outings all the time. So they just like had like a week-long story writing contest, and at the end they'd all compare them. Oh. And hers was the beginning of, or not the beginning, it's like, I think somewhere after the monster comes up. I forget where the original story began, but it's like halfway through the book is like the original spooky story she wrote for that.
Oh wow!
So that's how that came to be.
Oh
yeah, nothing else cool came out of that. Oh no, I think Byron's and Shelley's became something.
Was he a writer?
Percy Shelley?
No, yeah.
Percy Bysshe Shelley? Yeah. Oh yeah, he was like big poet.
Oh okay.
Just big poetry, man. Romantic era. He was one of the big four of the romantic era.
I've never heard of him.
Well, you're missing out. You got your Percy Bysshe, you got your Lord Byron, you got your Samuel Taylor Coleridge. It's all there, man. It's all there.
It's all laid out for you.
It's all laid right out. Yeah. No, it's kind of a kind of an interesting era of poetry, I guess, and writing in general.
I don't know if I would know.
It's
enough
all
to
about
compare.
like nature and stuff.
Oh.
Because it's sort of the Industrial Revolution's coming around, like happening while that story is. So there's a lot of nature connecting and return to nature kind of language in there. They're like sort of the romantic poets. They're like soft, sensitive men who want like friendship and walks in the park together. You know.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's kind of what we're going through now. People are like, technology's killing us.
Yeah, it's killing us. We want to go outside and do stuff.
Nope.
No, fuck that. I'll be inside playing Overwatch all day, baby. Yeah.
Like when I was doing that thing, the only time I saw the outdoors was going to dinner.
Yeah. No, I like going outside. I like it when it's nice out. Now that summer's coming up, I'll be at the
Yeah, now
park
it's fine.
occasionally.
Like it was so cold.
Oh
this
my
year.
god, winter was horrid. It always is. I can't stand living in the Northeast.
I hate it.
I need
It's
to
a
be in
fucking
a
nightmare.
desert. I just want to lay in. I can't. I mean, it's a dry heat, so it's not so bad actually.
Arizona?
Yeah, like Arizona, places like that. Just out in the desert.
I've never been to a desert.
It's not bad. I mean, it's like oppressive in the sun. It's like it's fucking in direct sunlight is death. But you know, you could be inside. You're not so bad. Shade is key, and then you're okay. Because it's not like humid, you know.
Right, yeah.
It's not wet there. Georgia's like an asshole, a swampy butthole. It's just horrible. No, it's not like a terrible state. It's just the weather is swampy gross that I'm not into. Not into that swampy gross or that cold. I have one temperature I want. Just want hot and dry. I just
That's
want
all
to
I
chill.
want. I'm going to Atlanta in, God, is that 2 months away now? Oh my God.
What?
Yeah, I got that wedding.
Yeah, bro.
Gonna fly down.
Gonna fly out. You getting flown down? You have to pay for that shit? What is
Yeah.
that? Oh,
don't know.
horrific. Horrific. No,
Well.
that's fine.
I'd rather do that than drive.
Yeah, fuck that. It takes a while.
It's like a 2-day drive, I think.
Is it?
Or it's Atlanta, so it's the bottom,
sorta,
right?
Yeah. Oh, at the bottom? Yeah. That
Is it the
long.
bottom? Or is it up north?
I have no idea. Oh, I think it might actually be up north. Yeah, it is up north.
Is it?
Because
Okay.
New Orleans. No, that's Louisiana.
No, that's Louisiana.
I'm thinking of the wrong state.
I
I
don't
think it
remember.
is up north because I remember. No, yeah, it is because
Oh, it
we
is.
didn't go very far in, and I remember going to Atlanta when I went because we didn't go very south.
Right,
There was
okay.
like a tornado or something happening.
Of course.
It was in the midst of a
Yeah.
disaster, so we just stayed. We stayed off the coast, and off the we just stayed off the very southernest bit of the U.S. We avoided.
Kind of a...
Yeah, that was it was the logical decision. We just
Seems
didn't
bad
want-
down there.
We didn't want to get all the way deep south.
Like Florida is crazy.
Florida is crazy.
So much just... There's so many little pockets of different people.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a bizarre. You been?
I mean, we've been like, you
Well,
know,
yeah.
traveling, but like if
Traveling,
you leave a tourist spot, it's a different
It's weird.
area.
Yeah,
It's what you imagine the South is.
yeah. It can
It's
get
what up
interesting
here's
down there.
like.
They got the old Panhandle. Yeah, they have up here is. I mean, it's New York, and when you tell people that on the internet, they're like, "Aha, you metropolitan, you!" And I'm like, "No, I live
Nope.
in the sticks.
Yeah.
Like, there is a river in
Yeah.
the backyard.
You don't understand. You go an hour out of the city, and
it's all chaos.
it's people thinking they live in deep Atlanta or Georgia rather, like deep Georgia.
Yeah, it's
like
not.
like
It's not what you'd expect.
it's closer to what's that show?
I don't know.
The one on HBO that was like the crime drama that was Supernatural.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Oh my God, why can't I remember the name of the show? It had
Crime.
the
Supernatural.
second season was really bad with Vince Vaughn.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Oh wow, what is it?
What the hell is it called?
Oh, that's gonna bug me.
Not True Crime. That's a video game.
That is a video game. True Crime LA.
That game is dope.
Yeah, it was.
I want to actually go through and just see if that.
No,
keeps
actually,
up.
I remember. It's. Oh, wow, gosh, I played it just recently. I think you bought it and you buy it. For the PS2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave it like a little bit of a go, and it wasn't anything spectacular. For some reason,
True Detective.
True Detective. I totally didn't just look that up. That totally just came to you. You
Oh,
brilliant
totally
man. You're a genius, you. True Detective. Yeah, I never got into it. Oh, it was Supernatural? Did you spoil that for me? Was that supposed to be a surprise, Tom?
No, like it's a cult thing.
Oh, okay, I didn't
Like
know.
the first episode's like a woman is
Is it
killed in like a.
Cthulhu-y?
Would that be spoiling it?
I don't know. You don't have to tell me anything.
No, I don't know.
I might watch it.
Like the first episode's like a woman is killed in a like
Yeah,
I think she's
for-
hung from a tree naked or something.
Yeah,
with
for
like
for spooky ghost
a
shit.
a deer head on her, something like that. It's
Oh,
like
heavens.
that kind of thing.
yeah.
Where it's like this is clearly an occultist group
Yeah,
doing
it's some
sacrifices.
Stuff going
Yeah.
down.
So it's like Yeah, it's but the people that they're like associating with, because they're in deep Louisiana, is what people that like right around here seem like.
Yeah.
Like if you go a half hour outside of Albany, it becomes
It's crazy. It gets wild real quick. If you're going like going west a half hour, you're here.
Yeah, and
And this is the sticks.
our fucking next door neighbor gets arrested for cocaine possession and meth stuff and that kind of nonsense.
Yoinks.
So
But yeah.
it just gets, and you go an hour and you're like, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, it's real. You're just afraid of the woods.
Yeah.
It's not so bad. I think it's quaint. I mean, there's like beautiful scenery like minutes from here though. Is
yeah.
the plus.
Oh, it looks nice.
It's pretty during
It's the people
day.
that concern me.
Yeah, the people. I'm not like concerned with getting on anyone's like. I mean, you're not on anyone's property. What are they gonna do? Like shoot you from the windows?
No, I worked a landscaping job, and just the way they would talk about things, you're like, well,
Yeah.
that seems wrong.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You sound backwards, sir.
Yeah, there's some.
Not to stereotype everyone from the South, but I'm going to stereotype everyone from the South. But really, more just up here.
No, I wouldn't even say the South. It's just like
The country folk.
it's non-city areas, I guess. It's just, and I'm not saying they're all backwards, but it's just that's where.
I am.
Well, all right, bold statement. Well, you live in the sticks,
Oh, yeah.
so you can't say everyone.
It's true. Yeah, actually, I guess you're right.
Nailed it.
You caught me in my own lie.
Yeah, it's just different outlooks. I don't know. That the romantic poets love that outlook. They love the old backwoodsy guy.
Just don't.
Covered the common man. They dug that thing.
Just don't wear camo to the store.
Why not, man? What's your?
What are
deal
you
with
hunting?
camo? I just want.
What are you hiding from?
That's
In
what I'm saying. I'm
Walmart.
just hiding. Okay. Maybe I just don't want to be seen. All right.
Oh,
When you gotta buy peanut butter, but you also gotta like shoot a deer right after. I don't know. You're a busy guy. You're on the hunt. You're on the move. I don't know.
I don't know.
I went to a prison to do a show, and they were all in.
What?
Oh yeah, I guess I should ride right over
It's
that. I went to
Cover that.
We did Endgame at a prison,
Gross.
good old medium security. Why gross? It was
Like,
kind
did
of
they
fun.
care?
Yeah, they kind of liked it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were fun. They were like a good audience. That was our best. That was honestly our best audience. It was the biggest one, and they were like dying. I mean,
Well, they probably don't get too much.
no, there was some
coming in.
heckling because you know how like in the beginning I would just stand still. I would be on stage in the beginning, like as people came in. Well, they filtered in one at a time.
Of course.
So right at the because it's prison.
prison,
They're pretty
yeah.
strict. So right at the top of the show, I'm standing there, and the front row is like just the front row. There's like 5 guys like right in front of me, and they're just like heckling the shit out of me. Like, the entire like opener of the show, like, what are you staring at? Give me a smile. Oh, I saw him move. Like shit of that nature, and they're actually really funny.
Did you have a set, like a stage?
Yeah, we had like a slight platform, and we had our costumes on.
Okay.
So it was like basics.
Did you have the pole thing?
No, we didn't have any. We didn't have any poles on the set.
Did you just go
We
to
just-
the original rating?
Yeah, we just went with the original writing. They had like a little step ladder for us. Yeah, of all the things, you couldn't bring a ladder.
What?
They let us bring the golf club and stuff. The golf club that we used for the gaff.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know, I was just thinking like WWE probably had something to do with that
Wait, what?
because they fight with ladders.
Oh. It was like, what? They have doing
What the fuck
title
are you talking
matches
about?
in
Yeah.
prison? Like, what are you talking about?
No,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know.
I
So
would've
yeah,
s-
they just gave us like a little tiny step ladder, and it was hilariously loud when I just snapped it open and slammed it on the ground. It was actually great. It was perfect. So that was fun. I liked the step ladder. Yeah, great audience. They were.
Did you have a place to like step off when you?
Yeah,
like,
there was
step-
like I was in like a busy prison hallway. Like that was my off stage. That was the kitchen. So
Oh,
I was
wow.
just like in there. I got pinched by like an inmate as he walked by me. I was like, oh god, this isn't right. I'm gonna die here. I'm gonna die in this hallway corner. Yeah, I was like right by the laundry room, and everyone's like working, doing like prison work.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it was quite interesting.
I keep hearing about that, like shows in prisons.
Yeah, it's like a
Like,
thing.
It's like becoming more and more of a thing. Yeah.
Prisoners need stuff to do, I guess.
I think why is wardens use it to keep shit in line, where it's like if you like act not good for a month, we'll bring a show here.
Oh, fun.
Like we'll have a comedian, or we'll do some
Yeah,
weird college
some theater.
performance or whatever.
Yeah,
So-
it's the way we got in was that the director, he taught prisoners like classes there. So like he taught them acting
Right.
classes. So
Well, you need an in, but I think the reason is to keep people like.
yeah, to reward
behave.
them. I wonder if it was used for that.
I know.
I didn't hear any mention of it, but you might be right. They
Like
might
Jeff Ross, the comedian,
him
he did a prison show,
tour,
and that's why
didn't
he
do a bunch of prisons? Wasn't he
No.
touring? Oh, I thought there was
He
some.
tried.
Was there not a comedian who did that?
No.
Oh, I guess he tried.
He tried a
must have been
bunch.
the one that heard
Only one prison he talked to even let him in.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Did it go well? Was it a good show?
Apparently it went really well.
Yeah, I mean they were like really chill people. It seemed like they seemed totally fine. But I'm told like the system is just so heavily built into the fact that like the guards are viewing the prisoners as the bad guys. Like in every no matter what happens, they'll do shit just to fuck with them. Like they'll like let them get like halfway to a place. You know, because they have to move in groups all at once, and like with permission when to leave, and then they'll just like for some bullshit reason they'll call them back just to fuck with them, just to like they just want to mess with them all the time.
Well, have you heard of the Stanford prison experiment?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Where just like you get a little bit of power and you're just a fucking madman immediately.
You change.
It changes you as a person.
Well,
right
actually,
away.
the interesting thing about that is.
I guess should we explain that?
Yeah, the Stanford prison experiment is basically at Stanford University. They over the summer.
Stanford.
Yeah, that's why it's got that name.
I didn't know that was
Yeah, their psychology department.
I just knew what you were talking about when you said prison experiment. I didn't know it was that.
They rented one. I forget what building it was, but they took the basement.
Yeah, and
it
they made it like a prison.
They basically set it up to be a prison where they had so many rooms, where the cells and then a place for the guards to hang out
and do stuff. Right. It was like basically a prison. Yeah.
It was a prison simulation.
Yeah.
And you got paid pretty heavily. I want to say
you had better.
I want to say in 70s money it was like $50 a day or something.
Oh, good stuff.
It was like good money.
Yeah.
So a lot of college kids who were just around for the summer signed up, and you got randomly assigned
as a guard
or prisoner. And I think it was supposed to go for 3 weeks, maybe.
They had to call it off, right?
Yeah, hey, I'll get to that.
Yeah.
So we're supposed to go for 3 weeks, and the guards, you're told act like a guard, you know, or whatever.
Yeah, they're just
and they were given
the full run.
And so all the prisoners looked the same, all the guards looked the same. And I don't remember if they were given sunglasses, but the guy who he initiated it. They weren't as a group all of a sudden the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
The guards were kind of like, this is weird. The prisoners like, this is weird. They would talk back to them. They would like fuck around. They were like having fun. And I forget what they called him. He has like a nickname. I want to say like the boss or something. They have like a name.
He was like the instigator.
He had in all the pictures he's wearing like Ray-Bans, like aviators. So I don't remember if they gave those to him or he brought them in separately, but it allowed him to disassociate everyone in front of him.
Wow.
So like it's almost like a stormtrooper helmet.
Yeah.
Like it allowed him to not see them as people, but to see them as prisoners, and he's the higher up. And then his actions allowed the other guards to be like, this is how we act, I guess.
Oh
like
my gosh.
he opened the floodgates
Just by having sunglasses on.
That was I'm not 100 we as a psychology major we did a lot of this, but that was years ago at this point.
Yeah.
But all the pictures have him in sunglasses.
Pretty funny.
And I remember that being a part of it, where it's like he's able to disconnect with the prisoners in front of him. Yeah, the others. And they started beating the shit out of them.
Yeah, so they had
not giving them food, make them whatever, and they had to cancel it after like a week.
They started
and a half.
rioting, did they not? They had their beds up against the doors and stuff.
They would,
like they fought back a little bit. I thought.
Yeah. Oh, they did, but it was like they had no power.
Right.
Like
it
they
was like
stripped them of it completely.
Right. It was a wild system, man.
That taught like how uniforms and groupthink changes a person.
Yeah, it just messes it. It just met the whole
completely
system
by
so
accident
fucked up.
too.
Yeah, it's not.
That was not the intention of that experiment.
Yeah. Yeah. What are they trying to figure out?
I don't remember.
Well, they figured some shit out. My God.
Like it's usually like in the first sentence when you're taking a class and they're explaining it, but 90% of what you're talking about is
what
like
they actually learned.
what we learned. Yeah, actually from the experiment. But yeah, it just did not go well.
Yeah,
there was gonna be a movie
about it.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I don't know what happened to it, but someone involved, either an actor or director, I was looking up their IMDb and I was like, oh shit, this will be awesome. But I don't know what happened to it. I can look it up later, but
yeah,
I would like to see that dramatized because like it's
probably super interesting.
It's pretty intense because like they have footage of it. They filmed all of it, so you can hear them being like, I fucking want to go home. I hate this so much. Like this is fucking it's
you
bad.
Gotta be kidding me.
And they couldn't let them out.
Yeah.
Because that like
everyone's getting their $50 a day. God damn it!
No, they were like, "Fuck your money, get me out of here."
Yeah,
And the experimenters were like,
No, go on.
they're like, I don't know if we can
science.
continue this. Yeah. And then eventually, I forget, someone had to step in. And they're like, nope, this is done.
ridiculous.
Stop this right now.
Have children in cages.
But
yeah.
yeah, like that. I totally see that guards, even in real prisons,
Oh yeah.
would get
I
that
say
mentality.
especially in real prisons because you do it day to day.
right?
It just sort of
And you're trained. You're
build up.
you're not. I don't believe you're told why they're in prison.
I have no idea.
I don't believe the guards are supposed to know.
Huh.
So you just
It's just
see-
doesn't like an anonymous blob of.
this is just
prison.
a bad person.
Yeah.
They ended up in a bad place. They
Yeah.
are bad people.
Yeah.
Treat them like bad people.
Yeah, and that's sort of what they're about.
Because I don't think they want them to humanize the criminal.
No, I guess it's.
Which seems horrible.
That seems like a terrible way to run that, but yeah, I mean, I guess that's how it happens.
Especially if the goal is rehabilitation.
Oh well, God no! Of course it's not.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you? They're gonna get fucked with until they die, or whatever the hell,
Or get out.
or until they get to.
Well, the bigger problem with that too.
Then yeah, as they're leaving, they'll
is-
be like, "I'll see next year when you
Yeah.
fuck up, bitch, because you're on parole now." And like,
Well, not
you
even
slip
that.
Up like a little
It's
tiny
like-
bit, you're dead so.
Being
You're in the record.
You're in the record.
Or on the
Yeah,
record
so-
in
yeah.
the system, and like, it's hard to get out of the system.
like you can't like hold a job, so you just
No,
go.
yeah, you're fucked. So what are you gonna do? Huh? Well, I only know drug dealers. Those are my
Right.
only friends. Because for 10 years, like,
Well, not even that. It's just like that's the only way you can make money.
and right, it's the only job you can
Yeah.
have. It's all your connections. Like
Yeah.
just a big giant fucking arrow pointing to like this
Yeah.
is how you should do things to you.
the
That's
one
all you
thing-
know. I mean, I guess that's why they're doing education in prisons and stuff.
Yeah.
Now. That's why they're teaching them acting classes and stuff. It's just because they need something to do after they get out. But
Right.
like the guards, I mean, they probably don't like the guards aren't getting free education. It probably pisses them off that like
Oh, right,
these,
yeah.
like the guys that they have labeled as the bad people get all these nice ass perks and what have you.
They make good money, guards.
The guards, I'm sure they do. It's a
Yeah.
fucking horrible job, I can imagine.
But also,
I
like,
imagine some of them are cool too. Like some of them, yeah. Just before we like shit on prison guards, I'm sure like a lot of them are cool, but the Stanford prison experiment, man, like it's got to turn some into dicks. Like,
it's a power. Like
it's got to be just like it's
I mean,
it's human nature. It's just people
Yeah.
power.
People
absolute power
want-
corrupts absolutely or what have you.
control over something
Yeah,
in their
that's
life,
the shit.
be it a video game or
So we have to like catalog
whatever.
and label everything, because we're like, that's the only like modicum of control we can have
Oh,
of
right, yeah.
understanding the universe is if we like break everything up into groups and like sort of try to. It's like nice to like, oh yeah, we kind of have a handle on things.
Right, yeah.
It's nice to pretend we know what's going on.
Actually, speaking of like labels and stuff, I
Yeah.
watched a pretty interesting documentary yesterday called The Red Pill.
Oh, did you? I
Yeah.
saw like not the trailer, but like I
It's
saw
fascinating.
the title.
Yeah, so I saw the title. I'm like, this is retarded, but it's done by a feminist.
Oh,
And it's
she
her-
explores that.
It's
side
her.
of
It's
things.
her, Alice, falling down the rabbit hole of MRAs.
Oh wow, so she's
Men's
into it?
rights
She's
activist.
like into it.
She's not on their side when she starts.
Oh, she swapped sides.
I don't think she is an MRA, but
She's
she's sympathetic to what's going on.
yeah.
And strangely enough, like some of the stuff they talk about, like custody rights,
Yeah,
Always
that's always
being-
fucked up.
yeah, suicide being, I think it was like 75% male,
It's outrageous.
Uh,
and on job work stuff,
yeah,
deaths.
domestic abuse, having no support from men.
Well, I mean, it doesn't happen as much to men, but I see
No, it does.
Oh, it
It's
does.
46% of the population.
No.
1 in 3
Shit.
men are abused. 1 in 4 men are abused.
What? Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay, so there you go.
that's because that's a statistic they don't throw around.
Yeah, they just wouldn't tell you that kind
So,
of
like,
thing.
There's one, like a lot, like who is it? One of the guys was talking about like there was a domestic abuse case and he
Yeah.
needed to get the guy out of there, and called a bunch of places and they're like, we don't take men.
Wow.
So he was just
Well,
out of luck.
I get that like that specific environment wouldn't take men because they like the women there wouldn't want to be like around men
Oh, right.
necessarily, but there should be a separate facility.
Also fascinating. There's
like,
only
something
one.
should be set up. Oh, for men, there's one.
There's only one
Literally
in Arkansas.
One. What the fuck?
And there was actually something kind of interesting too. There was a woman who opened one of the first like domestic abuse centers in England for
Yeah.
both. She did a man one and a female one, and she saw that it was very rarely one-sided. So if the man was abusive, she was probably also violent too.
Wow.
And then like they have footage of her like
Just
doing a little
beat each
session.
other up.
What? Yeah.
Wow.
So in some way, or maybe she doesn't beat him up, but she beats the kid up.
Oh fuck. Yeah.
Something. So there's violence on both sides.
Yeah.
And you got to pull both of them away and do stuff. But there just wasn't a spot for that. So it's just like, but it was pretty interesting just
brutal,
to see because you assume and you associate, at least I do, the MRA movement and like the red pill is just like this
Just like
dumb.
whining
Yeah.
alt-right on the internet
see,
or what have you.
That's the other thing too, is they were saying like,
Pickup
these are-
artists or whatever.
Hmm?
Like the pickup artists. Is
Mhm.
that no? I thought that's what it was.
so did I. But like that's the big part of the argument is like, no, these are people who are asking for help, but you just assume you're just a whiner.
Ah.
You're just complaining. It's
I
like-
got abused. No, shut up. You're complaining.
Yeah. Like we don't value like a man having a problem because of society. We just assume you're supposed to be, just fucking do it. You can do it.
Yeah,
Push through.
Get up, man.
Yeah, but,
figure it out.
And it's pretty crazy. Just the whole thing was just like, whoa.
That
Like-
is a little whoa.
I'm now like, I wouldn't. See, that's the thing too. Is like
I
I wouldn't
wouldn't
even
say I'm like flipped. I wouldn't. I wouldn't say that like I don't know. I don't know why it's like divided like that. Like why can't you just like want equal rights for people? Why can't I pick
Well, that
one
was
of
the weird
those?
thing too. Do you know Big Red, that woman who has like the red hair and she shouted in that one YouTube video?
Yeah.
They interview her.
Oh, what's she about?
And it was really interesting to see because she was like, oh yeah, custody rights are messed up, on work stuff is like this. But they had the same reasons, but she was like, but MRAs are fucking stupid and they're
Right.
evil
She just
women
doesn't-
haters.
She doesn't like the title, but she
She-
actually understands the.
She was like, yeah, if that was your
she's just
argument.
Stuck on the dichotomy.
Yeah, she was like, if your argument was custody rights and suicide
Like,
prevention,
yeah, it is.
yes, it'd be totally awesome.
Yeah.
But you're fucking MRAs, you just hate women. Fuck you.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh,
So no one actually.
yeah. So nothing can happen. There's no movement.
No one's like.
Where it's
talking
like
to each other.
everyone agrees on the same thing.
Yeah, there's just like gender issues that need to be fixed, and yeah, it's just a.
It's like it's not even on either side. Both have something good, something bad, but both sides.
Oh, men have it way better.
Maybe.
For fucking sure, bro.
Like
We're physically stronger. That's pretty lit.
that's pretty lit.
We just historically have been the oppressor.
See, that is interesting. They have a guy who argues against that.
That we haven't been historically the oppressor.
No.
Oh.
That the reason men are at like the top of business and politics is because the evolutionary.
Oh wait, I just made a broad statement. We're not always physically stronger. It's just in general, like helping guys move is easier because
Right.
but just in general, I'm not like trying to like.
But he was saying that it was like this idea of the patriarchy is like from men are stereotyped as you have to succeed or you fail.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have that pressure of I need to get a job, I need to support my family. So
Women don't have that pressure.
maybe now.
Every
but-
post grad woman's like, I need to do something. My parents will be disappointed.
Hang on.
Sorry.
So the reason that currently, 95% of Fortune 500 CEOs are men, politicians are men, whatever, is because it's just from like our, even our dad's generation, that was just what they knew.
Yeah, they were encouraged.
Like
Well,
you're.
yeah, so then I guess.
So now things are changing,
Yeah.
but the only reason that you would assume that was the case is because everyone just like that was just the role you were told.
Yeah.
Not the fact that like this is the role that I deserve. It was the role that
You had
as
to
growing
do,
up you were
yeah.
like, this is what you do, and you're like, all right, I don't have any other way to disprove this.
Yeah.
So things are clearly changing.
Yeah, they're getting more equal, I would say, as we move along. I don't think we're I couldn't pinpoint any place that we're regressing. I think we're doing okay.
I think the only
I think
thing,
we're moving towards equality. Well, I think sometimes we're going a little crazy.
I think that's it.
Like,
It's just
we go a little far, like trying to make things equal.
I think the only point of regression is not hearing the other side,
Yeah.
not keeping an open mind.
But I feel like, I think generally, like, just the human race has improved. I mean, it's obvious that generally we've improved. Equality is like as high as it's ever been. Murders are all time low or what have you.
Yeah.
Things just move. We're like sort of moving in a progressive direction. It's just like,
vocal minority. I think that makes everyone feel like
I think it's because I think the internet fucks with it a lot.
Yeah.
Because you just see the crazy extremists are the one that love to post. They
Well,
just
also,
love posting shit and
I think is
riling people up.
I think part
So
of it
you
too.
You see that extreme point of view and you think like that's what you associate the other side with.
Right, but I also think part of it is I feel like I'm not going to speak for you directly, but I feel like we in our generation have or maybe just us of being internet kids,
Good old internet kids.
understand we can sniff out a troll.
Yeah.
We can sniff out when someone's fucking with you.
Yeah, I totally know that shit.
But, like-
it's intuitive.
Now people are parents' age around the internet.
Yeah.
And they don't fucking get that. So
get
someone
that shit.
goes, you fucking libtard. They're like, oh my God, this guy actually hates me. But it's like, no, they're just trying to push your buttons.
Right.
And so I feel like that's getting blown up right now.
Yeah.
We're like,
Yeah,
and
I
also,
called someone pleb on their Facebook post. Like they posted something about like
You did?
streaming stuff. Yeah, and I was like, learn to torrent plebs. But they was young people, so I knew they could
Right.
take it. But like
Right.
old people were like,
Right.
I am not a pleb. And, you know,
exactly. People don't understand that like back and
Yeah.
forth that fuck around
Yeah.
internet.
I feel like young people take the internet so much less seriously, and I love it way more. Like
Yeah.
the level of seriousness that like we like take with like Facebook. Like I don't care at all about what
Neither
I post
do
on
I.
Facebook. Like I don't care what you like. It's
I don't
the
give a shit.
internet. The internet is the Wild West. Screw you guys.
That's why I like everyone's friends. Like if you become a friend with someone, I like it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's
That's
like,
hilarious.
who the
yeah,
fuck
yeah.
cares?
And using the reactions improperly, hilarious.
If it wasn't allowed, it wouldn't let me do it.
Right. Exactly.
like, I'm just gonna
I love that as soon as the feature came out to do something besides like you immediately used it wrong. I was
Right.
fucking dying. I was like, yes, Tom. Yes. Perfect. This is exactly what we need on the internet right now.
And so like that, I feel like people who are older now
they don't
getting
get
into
that
it,
shit.
they don't get it because they
Be
didn't
like,
grow
why
up
are
in
you
it.
sad about my status, Tommy? What's wrong? And you're
So,
like,
like-
bitch, I'm just fucking around. I'm
Yeah.
on the internet. You know,
Like put on my sunglasses.
Yeah, sunglasses,
I'm
cruising.
fucking
It's-
awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Where's my
fucking
skateboard?
internet? This is not time for seriousness. It's
So
for
I feel like-
goofing off.
I feel like people are misinterpreting this fuck around atmosphere.
Yeah, I think the internet has a fuck around atmosphere, and like the adults got in, and they're like, the internet, very serious, very business. And they're like, why is everyone fucking with me? What's going on? The internet's hard.
Like I remember once I was
This
with
is
a
a harsh wasteland.
I was with a coworker and he was like, I don't fucking get it, man. Like I set up a post for our softball team, like, hey, I need rides, and people like it, and I'm like, dude, I do that all the time. It's fucking hilarious. He's like,
That shit is.
what? I'm like, never mind. Like
You'll never
Yeah.
understand. Like, it's just funny to fuck with things.
like if it doesn't hurt you in any
Yeah.
way, I'm just gonna do it
Yeah, man.
because like it should be an option.
Shouldn't be an option.
If it's fucking, it's not
right.
whatever.
Yeah, it's just you gotta poke fun at it wherever you can.
But I definitely think that I wish I could remember who said this, but it's a quote to the effect of "act like a fool and fools come."
Mm-hmm.
And so,
yeah, it's something. Yeah.
so similar. A non-threatening version of this would be bronies.
Yeah, yeah.
When that shit started, it was because 4chan mods were like, "Fuck this, why is this here?"
Yeah.
And so people were like, "All right, let's do this."
Oh yeah, they went
full ham.
right? Because they're like, we'll get rid of these brony threads. There's too
Yeah.
many, and then they're like, okay, all right, let's
And
do
then-
a brony thing. They got their own board.
And now, yeah, because people were like, "Oh, actually, I do like this," and it's like, "Whoa, you're misinterpreting what we're doing here."
Yeah.
And it's like, so now, like, but that's like the same thing as like, I think the way the alt-right picked up,
Oh yeah.
where it was like a bunch of people just being like,
trying to be
fucking
trolls.
Donald, right? Hilarious.
Yeah, am I right, you guys? This
Yeah.
guy's gonna be the president.
And then
right?
people were like, yeah.
well, actually, I do like this.
Yeah. And they're like, whoa, wait a minute.
Whoa, wait a minute. But no, yeah, people seem to love that guy.
I don't get it.
I don't see the appeal.
But I barely follow politics.
No, I'm not like the most informed person, but like some people are like, calling him God Emperor and stuff.
Which is kind of funny.
It's pretty funny. I'll admit, that is hilarious. I will. Well, yeah, it's just
I don't
the
know.
good old fascist rhetoric frightens some people. I don't know.
Which is weird though, because I feel like some of the people who are fighting it are kind of in like doing that, like fascist attitude. Like you're not allowed to say this and doing it. It's just like I don't know.
It's more like I don't even know words, but like it's authoritative. It's just like having control. It's not so much like a central head. Their idea isn't so much fascist as it is like authoritative.
I guess that's true.
I guess
They're closely assimilated, but they're different.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there that
It
they
is
want to
interesting.
control things, but like through a body of the state, and then like they think that calling him the God Emperor is like trying to move away from like a body of individuals being the state into like a single leader. as it was when we had kings, the good old days. The good old days of imperial rule.
It's I don't know. This whole thing is just so fascinating. It's just like, why did any of this?
The whole world is like
everything
wild
just,
right now.
Yeah.
May you live in interesting times, you know, the old curse. Shit's interesting, but like it's fucked up.
Yeah, no,
Because that's what interesting is.
Yeah.
That's why people make drama at work. That shit's boring. So let's like make fun of Heather. I don't
Fuck Heather. What was she doing with the coffee maker?
Could you believe that shit?
Dude,
bully her for years.
I actually see that. And it's
oh my god, work is petty as fuck.
which is so weird.
People are bored, but dude,
I
they
guess,
just have
yeah.
nothing else to do. It's like, ugh, work sucks. Yeah, fuck you, bitch. You know, they're not so overt. It'd be hilarious if they were so overt.
Like, did I ever tell you when I was doing my HR stuff?
yeah.
Like, the woman was like, so we have, like, Mean Girls levels of clicks here. And I was like, what?
It's like right out the gate. They're
Yeah,
like, this
right out
place
the gate.
sucks ass.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard. Take your high school lunch table. Like, take your
That's
pick of
what
the,
it
of the
is.
gangs.
And I was like, that's so
It's like getting
weird.
into prison. Like, find a gang you fit in with. You know, don't fuck with anyone else. That's fucking hysterical.
Because I just read, like, manga when I'm at lunch.
Yeah.
So I'm not, like, really... So I
You
kind of
the
just
loner?
watch people. What?
You're the loner at work.
I guess.
Oh man.
I got manga to read.
Man. Yeah, you do. You got your fucking anime cartoons. Fucking get your Cantonese.
But, like,
oh
I
my
see
God.
it.
Someone called 4chan, I think, the Cantonese noodle board died. It's just great, right?
Oh, God, I was...
it's fucking. It just.
one of the guys I watch on YouTube called just anime Chinese finger paintings, and I fucking lost it.
He calls them your big eye cartoons. I fucking love it, dude. That shit's so funny. Big eye cartoons.
Oh my God.
It's amazing.
I love that
It's a
shit.
fascinating
I
world
love-
of making
I love
fun
just-
of anime.
Yeah, I love
that
making fun of
shit's
it so
great, 'cause
much.
It's so stupid, but like, who doesn't love a good anime?
it's so good.
It's so great. No, I don't know. You know, I'm love and hate with anime. So when I find one I like, I'll stick to it. But
It's so interesting that it's its own genre.
I know that is interesting. It's just like everything that comes out of Japan is so unique and different, and like all within the same style.
Yeah.
That's like, well, that's a category. Like,
Yeah, 'cause
they all
it's-
sort of have their son.
It's just animation.
It is. It's just they're cartoons.
Yeah.
But like everyone has the same. They've adopted a style over there that they just
Yeah.
love.
It's similar to like the furries. They all have like a style.
Yeah,
of
there
drawing.
is. Yeah, it's all like that sort of Disney style. That
Yeah.
just that like classic
it's-
cartoon look. No,
it's
yeah, you're right.
spin
It's not.
differently.
It's not like the Disney style. It is their own thing.
And it's just like, if you're a Disney or a furry artist, you draw like another furry art, like a similar, like there'll be nuances.
Yeah, but there's like there's a style.
Yeah.
There's a style. I mean, yeah, there's nuances. To
So it's
anime.
like the same thing with anime, where it's just
Yeah.
like everyone just kind of did a similar thing, and now it's an entire genre.
Tis what tis. Yeah.
I mean, sure, it has like tropes and like, you know, things that are like, some people are just being like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen, you know, but like it's fascinating. But then again, I have noticed a lot of people, once they become adults, just disregard animation completely,
The bastards.
which is weird
Yeah,
because
they're
like,
probably gonna disapprove of my lifelong dream of clowning, but you know what, man? Fuck them.
no, I think that's
We do
weird.
our own
I mean,
thing.
people think this is weird.
What, podcasting?
Yeah.
Haha, fuck you. Fuck you, listener who thinks it's weird. Haha, we'll podcast all we want.
Because like,
Why do I think it's weird? It's like
I
a
don't know.
radio show or whatever.
I don't know.
You know, they listen to like talk shows, I'm sure.
Because I remember someone had asked me,
It's just like an easier format. You can listen to it whenever you want. It's
Right.
better. It's
I like it
it's
way
just
more.
objectively better than the radio. There's no commercials.
yeah.
You can play it in the car too.
No, I was talking to someone and they're like, "What do you do at work?" I'm like, "Well, I just push buttons. I pretty much just listen to podcasts all day." And they're like,
about that.
and they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Oh, all right. I don't know."
Audiobooks are probably more common.
See, I was actually gonna start getting into audiobooks.
My
'cause-
stuff, the work that I was doing while I was sort of like a drone, I'm getting like a little bit of a promotion now, so I think my job would be less boring. But while I was a total drone, like audiobooks were just like the kind that I wanted to listen to were just a degree too complicated to like focus on both things, like the work and the listening.
Oh,
So
okay.
I always stuck to podcasts that were more like just like a chill format.
Yeah.
It's easier to listen.
Well, I don't know. Audiobooks. I did all of Dune in audio.
Oh yeah, okay, so
Which is
yeah,
a complicated book.
yeah,
But I was doing literal monkey work.
Right.
Like I was just putting shit in boxes.
yeah, dude.
You know, pressure washing a building. Like I
I do
wasn't.
love me some pressure washing.
It's pretty tight.
That shit is pretty fucking tight, man.
But I want to do the audiobook for The Disaster Artist,
Yeah.
which is the book I have over
Why don't
here.
you just fucking read it, you pleb.
Because
Because.
the guy who plays Mark
Yeah.
is the narrator and has a really great Tommy Wiseau
Oh
impression.
yeah, okay. That's
And I
so
kinda
worth
wanna
it.
hear
Oh,
it
yeah,
come from his
totally worth
mouth.
it. I listened to Will Wheaton do Ready Player One.
Oh, how is that?
It's not good.
Really?
No, it's terrible actually. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Steven Spielberg, I think, is making a movie.
Yeah, I think he's
on that.
interested. I don't know if is he doing it for real?
I don't know if he's doing it. There is a movie.
There's a movie coming
out.
Yeah, so
but he was interested.
It's an interesting book. There's sections where it's just like long cataloged lists of like popular culture of the 80s, where he's just like listing all the things he studied in preparation for this egg hunt. It's like an Easter egg in this. The world is basically shit, so a bunch of people, most people I guess, they just sort of live in a big MMO where it's sort of motion controlled and you put on like a visor and you're like in it. And so most people just sort of live their lives in there because the real world is crappy. So in that, the creator of that big MMO thing left an Easter egg in it and like a really vague, bizarre clue. And it's like, go get it, guys. And like, so you just go. And like, there's a specific, no one had found it for like 30 years. And there's a specific class of people that arises called the Gunters, the egg hunters. And they just shortened it because, the internet, the whole internet shortens everything.
That makes sense.
So yeah, no, it does make sense. They're the Gunters and they're looking for eggs, the Easter egg, which gives you like ultimate control of the game or riches or whatever they think it is. So
it's the One Piece.
it's the One Piece treasure. So
just an ambiguous treasure.
yeah, just
that solves your
get
problems.
to the end. Yeah, life will be great once you get to the end. So, it's an okay book. I kind of like it. It's fun, but it just seems like it's pandering a lot. I just get the feel that it panders to like the 80s culture. I don't know. Like,
when was it
just
written?
like 80s nostalgia, not in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
It's sort of like it's about 80s nostalgia is like what like the theme of, it's sort of not like the theme, but it's like there's just a whole motif of 80s nostalgia because they're all not of the 80s, but they play 80s video games and consume 80s media because that's what the creator liked. So that like he was like obsessed with that decade. So that's what they all get into as that like little subculture, the Gunters, so that they can better figure out the clues to the thing.
That sounds logical and kind of cool.
No, it does, but I don't know. I just wasn't super. I guess it didn't work as an audiobook for me. I think I probably would have liked it better listening to it alone, but I just felt a little like it was pandering to me as someone who plays video games. Is just sort of the vibe I got. But it's not a bad book. It's actually quite interesting, and there's a lot of sections where I'm sort of on the edge of my seat, and it flows really nicely, and it never really leaves you. It never really lets the tension fall. It keeps a good story together, and it's not terrible. So
that sounds like an interesting idea. And as a movie, I think that would apply better.
I think it's going to be a good film, and I would recommend reading it. It's not the best book ever. It's it's okay. It's like young adult literature, which isn't automatically bad, but it's just sort of it's a little by the numbers young adult literature.
I don't read a lot of that. So
there's that little budding romance going on, and like I'm a teenager. I gotta figure out. There's like this long atheist rant, like just complete. I mean, it's sort of vaguely connected to the book, but like a very long and unnecessary atheism rant. It's YA. So if you're in that kind of thing, it's okay.
I was just watching before you got here, a video analysis on the movie Angel's Egg.
What is that?
It is an anime by the director who did Ghost in the Shell, and the main artist is the guy who does the promo art for Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
so that wispy look. And in his analysis, he was saying that I guess the catalyst to him making the movie was he fell out of his faith for Christianity, like to the point where he was going to be going to a seminary to be a priest, and then something happened, and he was like, "This shit's fucked. I can't do this." So it's him, I guess, kind of coming to terms with that, and he did he went over the story, and like that was like a 10-minute, almost maybe 5 minutes of description. Like I guess a lot of stuff doesn't happen, but it's just so deep in symbolism.
Yeah,
like the egg that the little girl is like guarding.
Yep,
is representative of faith, and she's like, if when this hatches, another angel will be born, or dove, because it's I guess the reality of if Noah's Ark happened, and then there was no land ever again.
Oh wow! So they're just like on a boat the whole time.
The top. I guess at the end the movie zooms out and you can see it's just one island, no land, and it's theorized that
It's the Ark.
that's the Ark upside down,
Yeah.
and they like lived on that forever.
Right.
And like the one
That's
guy,
amazing. That's super spooky.
yeah. And so like she's like, oh, the dove will hatch from the egg or whatever, and eventually the guy, he has like a big metallic, like almost robotic looking cross, and he uses it as like a weapon, breaks the egg. There's nothing in it, so her faith was nothing. And
Fuck.
when she sees the eggs broken, she falls off a cliff, and then as she's falling into the water, she sees a reflection of an older version of herself, and then goes into the older version, like she's maturing and like all this stuff, and like there's a lot of this like
That is heavy.
like a fascinating.
Yeah.
And I looked up. I've heard of the movie, and like the first time I heard of it, I was on an A thread where it was like your like what tier you are as an anime watcher.
thread.
Yeah, anime thread
Right.
for 4chan.
Yes.
And it was
Keeping
like
everyone in the loop.
it was like tier 1 scrub tier Dragon Ball Z. Tier 2 Kill la Kill, whatever, and it went down.
Yeah.
And like nearest the bottom, not the absolute bottom, was Angel's Egg. And I'm like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
And I looked it up, and it was like,
Very
okay.
deep and rich.
The
What's
like,
on what's the toppest of tier?
I don't remember.
Animu.
The only ones I can ever remember are the MU ones, the music ones, and it's like
Yeah, what's their top tier music?
it's like animal noises.
Oh yeah, they always put stupid shit.
Yeah, it's like
yeah,
bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, or like
Just like you couldn't possibly understand.
right,
Like,
that kind of nonsense.
strictly
And there are
Canadian
people on
bird
there who
calls.
pretend that's what they
Yeah,
actually listen
only
to. It's like
bird
no,
calls on vinyl.
yeah,
Yeah.
that kind of shit
That
is what
kind of thing.
is what they say they're doing.
The bastards.
But yeah, so like I was looking at stills of it. I'm gonna watch it later,
Yeah.
not today, but sometime this week. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like just big open areas. Like he was the reason he started it was he was saying that it inspired Dark Souls 3 and the DLC that the Dark Souls 3 does. Because actually, once he said that, I looked up one of the characters he was talking about, and it's a woman with an egg, and the egg's like broken, and it looks like the cover of the movie, which is a broken egg.
Heavens.
So like it's so clearly
So it's
associated with each other. But he was like showing how that art direction, and like he was showing shots of it, and it's just big open areas that are just empty and dark, like Dark Souls has and all that stuff. So it's
love me some Dark Souls.
I don't know why I don't.
I love the aesthetic, dude.
Like when he was talking about it, I'm like, this sounds
Brutal.
fucking rad.
It is fucking rad.
But like I just don't see myself.
Yeah, I could see maybe the gameplay isn't your vibe.
It's not.
That's fair.
Which is weird because everything else sounds awesome.
Yeah, I think it's fun. I like rolling. I like tumbling and locking on. It's all there for me.
I liked Bloodborne,
Yeah, Bloodborne's cool.
but that was the only one I really gelled with.
It's different from the other ones.
Like I kind of wish, because like everything that's inspired Dark Souls, I like,
Yeah.
except it's not inspired by a gameplay style that I
You're
like.
like, oh, what is the gameplay? It's inspired like King's Quest or something?
Kingdom, no, not King's Quest. That's a point and click.
Oh, that is a point and click. What is it though?
Kingdom, no,
King something or other.
whatever. Yeah, the same.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
But yeah,
Their-
it's some,
their
like,
first
person.
Just look up From
Like,
Software.
yeah.
Whatever's the first game.
Right, whatever they
that's-
first
yeah,
did. They
that's
just
what
sort
it
of
is.
kept building that game until they made the perfect
Yeah.
little egg they came out with. That is Dark Souls.
It just, I don't know. Like I love Berserk. I love like the aesthetic of this movie was awesome. Like all this stuff. It's like I like where they're coming from.
Yeah, you just sort of. I guess you got to get accustomed to it. I guess I don't know. It's an interesting game series.
Like had I picked it up on my own,
Yeah.
I would have never stuck with it. I never did. But like I would have never thought it would have taken off to the way it did.
Yeah. Okay, I see where you're at.
Like I would have been like, oh, this is a weird thing.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
you know
never-
what's a weird thing that it doesn't feel like I should have taken off, but I'm like playing a little bit of the first Monster Hunter.
Those games are weird.
Controls suck.
Use the right joystick
Right
to attack.
stick for your sword. What the hell, man? It's horrible. But and the camera sucks. It's
Mhm.
either the D-pad because I'm using an Xbox controller, so that ain't
No, right.
happening, or you can center it with L1. So I'm just tapping
Ooh,
the shit out of
I don't
L1,
like that at all.
centering and swinging my sword. Combat is a fucking nightmare.
Well, that's
Just try to get the camera in a good place and leave it because it's not happening.
that's super weird. I haven't played that in.
But it's fun. It's actually kind of a fun. I don't know. Somehow, like, despite all of its efforts, I don't hate it. Like, it's a fun
Really?
game. Yeah. Like, it's like it's trying really hard for me to not like it. It's giving me like shit to hate. Like these gathering quests and
Well, have
like,
you ever-
and your crafting has a % chance to fail. So like, you just fuck up. And it's like you literally get an item that's called garbage in your inventory. Takes up a spot. Like fuck you, game. I don't need this in my life. I don't need failures in my combinations.
I didn't know that's how the camera moved in
Yeah,
that
it's
one because in the PSP version,
Yeah. It's 3, right? Try or whatever.
no, that is the Wii U
Oh.
and
Okay.
the 3DS,
Yeah.
something whack.
Whack.
The PSP one was Freedom Unite, and there was another one, but I don't remember what it is. 2's Never Come to the West, I think. But you had to control the camera with the D-pad, and that's where
that's what it was.
the claw comes from. It's a monster claw from Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
That's why you call it that. I didn't realize the first one is where that had to come from.
Yep. It's
That's
a
crazy.
relic from the fucking PlayStation 2, man.
That system had so many games that did the weirdest control schemes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They were trying shit. They were trying shit
Yeah.
hard.
Like it's weird. Now you
It was
can
sort
like
of yeah. I mean that was sort of like it was the first one they did that started with the joysticks. The other one didn't start.
No,
with
yeah.
the PSX.
well, because like when they moved on to the PSP, there wasn't a joystick,
right.
so you
I
had
thought
to
there was
like.
only one. I thought they had.
There's only one.
Yeah.
There's not a joystick to have attacks on,
Right.
so you have to.
Wait,
You gave
what
it
did
2
they
buttons.
do? Okay.
I think it's
Honestly, the
don't know.
joystick is stupid. I don't know. Maybe I just haven't figured it out yet. But it seems like there's like 2 modes of attack, and it could work with button combinations.
that's what it is in the,
Yeah,
in the
it
other
seems like
ones.
there's an up and down and a side to side. I haven't fucked with it too much because I only had like 1 combat mission so far.
Right,
But
okay.
like, I don't. I think it's unnecessary that they make it.
Well, I have the 3DS one.
I just want to buy a gun and get this over with.
I figured I would give it a second try. I was
Yeah.
like, I haven't played it since the first one. Didn't really like the first
But
one.
I'm like just trying to do it. I
And,
don't even like it that much. It's fun.
They have it where
pretty
it's like a
looking.
heavy attack, light attack.
Yeah.
But have you heard of Player Unknown Battlegrounds?
No.
It seems like a game you would love.
I love games.
It's-
I'm games
it's-
mad.
So let me all right. So it's
Set, put me in the world.
DayZ.
Yo, fuck that. I'm out.
Hang on.
I know.
No zombies.
Okay, so
Just-
DayZ.
1 versus 100
What? Of what?
on an island.
1 versus 100 of
You versus
just a
99
dude versus
people.
9. That is amazing.
Yeah,
What
you,
are there must be stipulations. How do you,
You are-
survive as the one?
you start on a plane. You jump off the
Oh
plane.
my God.
You scavenge.
How fun
and
is
you
that?
try to fight people.
Oh my god, that's cool.
Sounds like a you game,
That sounds like a me game.
but people fucking love it.
I think
It's
I
so
love it
popular
too.
right now.
That's so fun. That's a great concept.
Yeah.
Do you get to pick what, like, if you want to be in the lot for the one?
What do you mean?
You know, like, do you get to put your name in to be selected as one of the?
No, you just start a game.
Just random. That's amazing.
Like, and the cool thing
It's
about it
cool.
apparently
Fuck you, amazing.
is you start the game. You're
He
in a
must have
plane.
some edge on them though.
What do you mean?
The one has to have some kind of like he sees them on his map or something. He
It's
just
all
has-
human people.
I know, but there's got to be some kind of advantage for the one. That seems ridiculous.
No. It's everyone against each other.
Oh, okay.
It's Battle Royale
I thought
Hunger
it-
Games.
Now that's amazing. I thought.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Okay. So now what's the combat like then?
I guess it's so Player Unknown is
Yeah.
a famous modder
Okay.
within, I guess, the DayZ Arma
Oh, it's in that
H1Z1.
kind- So it's like a gun
Yeah.
combat thing.
It's similar to that. He's like
You have to,
very
like, scavenge
famous.
The guns.
I'd never heard of him till this, but
Okay.
he went
Play
off
till
and
there's one
made.
left. Is that like the goal?
Yeah, it's the Hunger Games, Battle Royale, that kind of thing.
Is the map big? It's got to be kind of small.
I think it's like a giant island,
Figure it out. Yeah.
and you get into cars and you can go and do stuff, and
It's like an abandoned island.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you go and try to find. It's like the beginning of DayZ.
Yeah.
Except you start in a plane,
For people.
and I guess you can
Awesome.
you can talk to everyone. And everyone's just throwing on racial slurs,
I mean, that's the internet,
course.
man. We're fucking
But-
around. We're here to fuck around.
and yeah, but you just jump off, try to find some stuff, maybe kill a couple of people,
Yeah.
and then maybe by that point it's you and 9 other people.
Yeah.
and then you're trying to compete.
Hilarious.
Yeah, it sounds pretty cool.
1v1v1v1v1.
Yeah, 100 times.
So anyway, I performed at a prison and they had green uniforms and I was like, why? That's
Oh my
perfect
God,
forest camo.
We were talking about that.
No,
a
I know.
long time ago.
I was sitting on that. I was like, I'm just gonna pull it right back. Anyway, you talked over my joke. They were in green, and I was like, "Why? That's perfect forest camo." I'm so funny. Why you do this to me, Tom? The timing was there. I had it all. Fucked with my life. So yeah, I was, but it's called Green Correctional Facility, so I think it's just a play on the name.
That's so weird.
I know it's so. I'm
How
speculating.
indulgent.
I know, right? Who does Green think he is? The bastard.
Oh, it's so
What
what a weird. I don't know. I mean, people don't really escape from prisons. I say that, and the guy escaped like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
But
you're a madman.
they died.
You think they don't escape?
They didn't make it.
Yeah, getting
even
in
that
and out
far.
is super strict. You need to like have your ID and your hand stamp, like so you can't switch places with someone or something.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, you need to. It's very strict doing.
I don't remember how they got out. I think they sued a woman and were like, "We'll marry you when you get out."
Yes,
And then
like,
that never
were you
happened.
Like a guard, and then
Yeah,
put me in the laundry basket, and then you're fucking out of there.
fucking.
I'm sure they do laundry on site though. That would be stupid if they regularly took out the clothes.
Yeah, they always show that in movies.
Yeah, but like, what the fuck? Since when are they putting the laundry in a truck and taking it anywhere else? Why
Yeah, they
would they
would-
not make the prisoners do it?
They would never do. Why would you risk
Never
that?
happen. Yeah, why would you risk these giant sacks regularly going to prison? It's a terrible idea.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is ridiculous.
I would never. I can never. Maybe it does. I don't know. Never
Doubt
been
it.
to a prison.
Doubt it. Well, I've been once. And, it's quite interesting.
That's actually pretty cool to
It
kind of
was-
see the other
yeah,
side.
it was very, very fascinating. They
'Cause
seemed to like me, which was nice. That felt good. After
good.
the show, they're like, hey, we did a little Q&A, and they're like, can he look in the window and laugh again? And I was like, of course I can, prisoners. And I went up there and did my laugh, and they're like, ah. So they're great. I loved them. Had a good time.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
It's definitely seems spooky at first.
Yeah,
but if it
was
worked
weird
out,
at first.
that's kind of cool.
It was fun. We all came in costume and makeup. So like going through, we looked like a horde of zombies. And it was bizarre.
Was your hair like this?
No,
now?
I
Short
had
cut?
the haircut at that point. I gave up on that.
That was That may have been a bit odd when you were like off stage.
Yo, yeah, it was very bizarre. For the show, for Endgame, it's like sort of this implied post-apocalyptic. In any case, it's kind of fucked up, the situation that they're in. So I had my hair cut all weird and nappy, and it looked like I just started chemo and like the first clumps of my hair came out, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like it looked like I was
definitely.
like falling apart, but like yeah. Yeah. So I got a haircut as soon as the run ended because I was fucking done with that. I had one hat that I was like wearing all the time. People started asking questions and I couldn't live it down. I was like, So
My God.
you got to get a better mic.
Yeah, the
screen.
one I'm gonna get probably this weekend will be
Bumped it
less
50 times.
absurd.
Yeah, hopefully, because this shit's bunk. I need a better desk. I'm tired of this fucking card table. We gotta
I don't-
legitimize, man. We gotta get investors. We gotta move this business.
Is it a business?
I don't know.
I didn't know that.
Well,
I
we
didn't-
gotta monetize.
Well, fucking-
monetize.
Fucking Fred is like, oh, I'm listening to Ybot. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Ybot?
It's the fucking acronym of the show. Your brain on Tom.
Oh my god,
I'm
Ybot?
like, that's a great-
amazing.
That's a great fucking
That's
acronym.
a great acronym, dude.
Think I should-
Ybot is fucked, man. That's so cool.
I think I should just know the acronym of my own
Yeah,
goddamn
dude.
show,
Yeah, you gotta
but I had
figure
no
it out. You
idea.
don't even know your own acronym, dude. You're making a franchise.
I have fucking a brand.
Aware.
I got a brand.
brand name, bro. You gotta fucking get with it,
How you doing your brand, dude?
bro. You branding that shit with some '90s shit. Is how you're branding it.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
Came from the heart, man.
I guess.
Your brain on Tom is the '90s. Tom, what is my brain on you? Like, lay it on me. Just give it to me.
Wait, what?
What's your brain on Tom? What is that?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I thought, Ben.
I kind of
Get your
thought of
shit
it like if you were listening to it in headphones, I'm coming right to your brain.
True that. You are. You're jumping right in.
I'm right in your
Why can't
head.
it be Tom and Friends? Your brain on Tom and Friends.
I
I'm
mean,
here.
I don't know.
You did have a single one.
I have a couple single ones
Oh, you
too.
do?
At
I
this
don't
point,
listen to this shit.
figured.
I got time for that.
People who keep telling me they listen to it. I'm like, I didn't think you listened to podcasts, and you seem to like
Well,
this
they'll
one.
seek this one out because they know who you
I
are.
guess, yeah, but I don't know. It just seems
What's
odd.
like? Has there been like a crowd favorite so far?
The one with the most views is the last one you were on.
Oh, the other one I was on.
Yeah, that's the one with the most views.
That makes
But I've
sense. I'm
gotten a lot.
amazing. that's clear cut.
People have been telling me they liked the last one I did, which was me alone, and I'm like, I fucking shat that out. I was like, I had to do this whole editing thing. I had a bunch.
You're just like,
weekend was
"Fuck it, let's
packed.
do some stuff.
So I'm like, I'm just gonna sit down and do this
talk
real
to
fast.
myself. Yeah. How long was it?
It was like 40 minutes,
Oh, okay. How long has this been?
2:15.
Oh my gosh, we're chatty Cathy's over.
We
here.
are. I mean, we
We
didn't
are.
talk about forever.
Yeah,
about anything,
we could just talk about whatever.
which is I prefer. I
What?
think I
Oh,
prefer
yeah.
when just things are
Yeah,
just
what do you want? Talking points?
No.
Fuck that.
no.
Just
Like,
talk
yeah,
about
but
what
Ben asked me that.
happened.
He was like, "Do you have like topics?" I'm like,
Ben.
You gotta. We'll just it just work itself out.
It's just the bullshit. So
Yeah.
We're literally just making shit up.
You just talk
Ben,
about
looking
whatever
for
you did.
Talking points. Yeah. What are you up to, Ben? What are you doing, man?
Yeah, he was not. He was not willing.
He
to
wasn't
open up.
having your
he was not,
podcast
Yeah, he was not looking to
nonsense.
open up.
Yeah, that's what it is, man.
I mean,
It's spooky right in front of the mic. You know what?
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's listening. The whole universe,
except no.
except what, like 7 people max.
Yeah, probably like an average. When I put one up,
God knows
it's
if
like-
they'd make it this far into it.
oh yeah, no, it's fucking crazy. Some people will like. I was talking to John Bowman, who listens to everything, the whole thing,
Ybot.
because he referenced something that I said at an end of an episode. I'm like, oh, this is wonderful.
Your episode, do you? That's great. It's wonderful.
It's wonderful.
It is wonderful.
People care.
People care about the podcast.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk it? Oh, it's kind of fun. I have fun.
I guess I
have
enjoy
fun
doing
it, so it must
Yeah.
be fun to listen to. Yeah, we
Like,
said that
that's-
last time. That was our theory. The going theory is that if we have a good time recording it, it'll be an okay thing to listen to.
Yeah. So like, but yeah, people keep going like, oh yeah, this guy likes it. I'm like, that's so nice.
That is nice.
But I may have pulled Random Strangers the promo because that's at like 500 views right now,
nice.
and one guy
right. And then you'll
subscribed
just
to it. Yeah,
still come
because
to
it's the same thing.
channel.
The
Where'd you find that commercial? Did we
so-
explain like the full premise of this
Oh no, it's
promo?
it's basically a commercial for a Smash event that's
It
happening.
opened with an old Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, I
commercial.
basically, my goal was to emulate the effect of taping over something.
Yes.
So I have like a VHS sound effect going in. That's why it's got the little play thing, all that.
Oh, yeah, that I got.
The trailer plays, it cuts
What it
out
is,
the promo,
yes, okay.
it goes back to the trailer, the commercial for Smash 64.
Got it.
And so originally I was like, I want just like shitty
And the commercial is
the Smash 64 one where in the
just
field.
explain what it is. Yeah.
What?
What that commercial is.
Oh, the one I used?
Yeah. It's
Oh, yeah,
people in
it's-
costumes. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's people in costumes of Nintendo characters.
Beating the crap out of each
Yeah.
other in a field.
And I have it cut right where the announcer says, "Trouble has happened in the land of Nintendo."
Oh, yeah,
And
and
it
he
cuts
cuts it
and
right
goes
away,
to ours.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Because like that's where the trailer cuts and starts showing Smash 64
Yeah.
footage.
Actual cut footage.
So
of
I was
that,
like,
right,
oh, I'll
perfect.
just cut it here
Nailed it.
and show Project M.
Yeah. Pretty sweet.
So it worked out. But it was a lot of fun.
Cool.
A lot of weird little technical things. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like
just getting there.
the text
Yeah.
that showed like what they did took the most time. Took forever. Because I had to type all of it out manually.
Yeah.
and
you're
it's
a
just
slow
like-
typer. No.
Yeah. No, because you have to like type it out. I have to build
And, like,
each
edit it.
block,
Yeah.
make sure everything's in the right color.
Yeah.
I did like a little effect on them all, so it had
a
like a
bummer,
look. But
Gotcha.
it was cool. It's fun to
It
do.
is fun to do.
I want to do one of like a highlight of Tristan's play of him
Yeah.
just fucking up,
You should. Just, yeah.
and I want to use the what's the name of those dog people from Undertale?
I don't know.
You know their song?
I don't. I didn't play enough of it.
Oh, it's like really shitty. Like
Is that your phone or
that's my phone. Yeah,
Okay.
it's just like really shitty. Like
Mine's in the car.
beeping.
Yeah.
It just sounds like dumb music.
Yeah.
So I was gonna use that. And just,
did you watch Rick and Morty?
I've only watched the first season.
Oh my god.
And-
what are you doing with yourself?
So
I
this is clearly a me problem.
yeah, you're fucked up if you don't like Rick
And-
and Morty. If you didn't finish Rick and Morty, there's definitely something wrong with you.
So I cannot stand zealous fans.
Oh, that's totally fair.
I fucking hate it.
Yeah,
I
they suck
can
to
love
this
the
show.
thing
Yeah, you're
that it
totally
is,
right. You're totally right.
but if a fan is losing their goddamn mind over something,
People take it like a lifestyle. It's a great show. It's my favorite
It's
show
great.
that's on right now, but
I just
like
can't.
not
Like
the
I'm
love of my life.
very turned off
totally
to go
get
back
it.
to it,
That is totally a you problem, but I get it.
and I don't know why that is.
Yeah.
Because I get zealous about stuff,
yeah.
and I'm like, fuck you. This is all that
it
matters.
started with Minecraft.
Oh, that's interesting.
Remember when like we were into it in alpha and then
Yeah.
people started liking it and it was
Yeah.
shit. It was like, oh my god, oh how could this happen to our beautiful Minecraft? It was
Side-
oh my god, that old server we used to play on.
Oh, it's amazing. I had the floating
Good.
castle.
The floating castle.
We burned
The wooden
Dylan's house
that-
down.
Yeah, mine was constantly flooded because Dylan would just come
Yeah.
in. So I dug myself an underground base to live in. Live
So,
the subterraneous life.
Fun, weird fact
Hit me
on
with it.
Minecraft. So, there is some guy. One of the guys that was in the promo. They're the claim to fame.
Yeah.
So every other Monday, they rotate between a Smash 4 event and a LAN Overwatch event.
Yeah.
All on console. So it's like, I don't play this version, but nothing is more fun than literally playing an entire game with everyone in the room.
Yeah.
So I love going.
The bomb.
And last time I went, which was yesterday. Is that yesterday, Monday?
Oh, no, Tuesday yesterday. So
Oh my God, what day is it? Yes, you're right. So this Monday, I had gone, and occasionally it's like, people my age or whatever, and just older people, but every once in a while, it's in the mall.
Yeah.
So people will come in, and like these little kids came over, and they'll play, and it's like, all right, we got to split them up on the teams because they're terrible, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. But the kid sat down next to me,
Yeah.
and he was like, hey, have you ever heard of this guy called Sun D or something? I'm like, what? He goes, he's a YouTuber. I'm like, what? He's like, oh yeah, he just plays games and stuff. You look a lot like him with like your hair and your beard and everything. It was like, he's like, I was like, what are you playing? He goes, oh, Minecraft. I'm like, oh fuck, of course I've never heard of him. It's literally an entire other world on YouTube, on the internet at this
I
point.
used to watch a little bit of.
Yeah.
Remember that one we got into?
Yogscast.
We realized it was all staged. Yeah, Yogscast.
I was so heartbroken when I
I
found it
was
was
a little
staged.
heartbroken.
I was like, oh, this isn't as cool.
Wasn't as cool.
But no, like that was like the start of an entire section of
That got
YouTube.
huge. People
That-
love watching people.
I don't
play
even know
Minecraft.
half these people. Like this kid was probably, I think he said he was in 7th grade,
Yeah.
and yeah, like that was like like he watches him every day. Just some guy who plays Minecraft,
People love him. They love it.
and that's so weird. It's just so it's such a
Absolutely.
not on my radar.
Nope.
Just so not
into
there.
Minecraft.
And it's just so interesting.
Every once in a while I feel the urge to download it and just kind of like make a little base,
Yeah,
like huddle in the rain,
try
and,
to survive.
relive that glory. I used to not like it that they added hunger, but I kind of like it.
I don't.
It gives you a little bit of survival aspect.
I don't
It gives
disagree.
you a purpose, like a daily purpose. I mean,
The-
once you set up your food farm, you're
The
fine,
last time
gives you
I
like
really enjoyed Minecraft, I had gone onto a server that was famous.
yeah.
I forget what it's called, like 2 something,
Mm-hmm.
but it's been around forever. So like the first, I don't know, maybe 1,000 blocks are just cobblestone,
destroyed, yeah.
just devastated.
Yeah.
So it's like a wasteland.
Yep.
And
You find nature once you like travel
yeah,
far enough.
and even when you find nature, you find like old settlements that like
Awesome.
people just griefed
Yeah.
because they need materials, they need this.
Yep.
This is up, no one's here. I'm taking this. I'm leaving. I'm going to the next place. So it's just whoever I think it was John had started playing. So he was
Good old Bowman.
he had coordinates. He's like, I'm over here.
Mm-hmm.
And so I installed the coordinates mod, and I went on a fucking journey trying to get there.
Yeah.
And you're passing through old settlements,
Fun.
and the fun part was, as you're trying to get out there, you start to starve, and you're like, I gotta find an old settlement, and I got to
Like raid it for food.
raid it for food.
Awesome.
And
So much
so you would do that, and like at one point I was about to die,
Yeah.
and it was nighttime. It was becoming nighttime, and I was walking.
Stressful.
It was very stressful because like, monsters about to come out. I'm about to starve. What's gonna happen? And I'm walking through, and I see a mountain with a slight, very faint glimmer of light. I'm like,
Well, there's like a torch in a window.
yeah, there's got to be
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
something with that torch.
Yeah.
And it was an underground farm.
Oh,
And so I had food, survived,
that's so awesome.
and then I just waited out the night, went back out.
I love making my base entrance like concealed, like it's just like a door on a mountain, and you
Yeah.
just like go in. Like, oh, there's a house in here. Like I love that. It's such a
And
fun-
that's what it was.
Yeah.
It was like an old
Like,
farm.
there's like a nice tile floor, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, look at this. This
Oh
is
yeah, and
fun.
it was like
I love it.
it was the typical like dirt water,
Yeah,
dirt
the-
water.
the
So it was like
rows of
it was
farms.
just self-sustained,
Yeah.
and I was like,
amazing.
fucking
Yeah, because
awesome.
I think
And that was the last time I truly enjoyed Minecraft. And then, but like it
we should
had
play
hunger.
together. Oh my god.
Didn't we have a server?
I think you made a server.
Yeah.
Or is it permanent? Do you need to buy something now?
I think I rented something. There's a way to do it for free, but it's such a fucking pain in the ass. I would just rather pay $2 just
Yeah.
to have a server.
we should do it. It's fun.
It's just
We
I
could
don't know.
stream Minecraft. Oh my god, we can get into that YouTube scene.
Internet famous.
Let's get internet famous. Do some Minecraft.
Oh my
Other
God.
famous Let's Plays. You gotta get your mic shit together. Your mic
It's-
situation is reprehensible.
It's not good. It's not good.
Or just at the very least, stop flailing around and hitting it every
I
2 seconds.
can't not use my arms.
No,
to
I know,
talk.
but I've got mine. I've got my
No, yours
thing
setup
so
is better,
I
but it's
won't
because yours
hit
is
it.
also broken.
Also, yeah, it is broken, so it was a ragtag setup.
Yeah, I'm just.
But
gonna,
it came out okay.
No, it looked better. It's definitely better.
It's holding. I haven't hit
Yeah.
it yet, so that's helping.
It is helping. I need to. I mean, I'm gonna get the new stuff like probably next week,
You're fine.
just because it'll be easier.
Yeah, that's good.
But yeah, that'll just be easier to like work with too.
Yeah.
because it's gonna be analog.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Oh, ho, ho. That's pretty cool.
and I have some of the pieces already from just keeping random pieces of technology.
That's the shit. I love it when you already have the thing you need
Yeah.
somewhere. It's like, oh, yes.
'Cause I was looking at
God,
the
I saved
picture
this cord for 40 years.
of the mixer, and the headphone jack needs like the jack you'd have at the end of a guitar. I'm like, well, that's weird.
You have that converter, though?
and I have that converter
Yeah.
from when I bought an amp like 4 years ago.
Yep.
And I'm like looking around like, I know I just saw this.
Yep.
And it's fucking under there.
Under
And I'm just like,
thing,
fucking
yeah.
awesome. So I don't have to go and look for that. Because I don't even know what that thing is called.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what I'd look for.
to find that. Yeah.
So,
Go to a Radio Shack.
yeah,
or
they don't
whatever.
exist anymore.
Not at all? I thought they had like independent little...
They have small ones. I don't know
Settlements.
around up here.
No, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know where there would be one.
It's a terrible business.
I had gone.
Not like the employees didn't know anything because they didn't really have to. Because every time you went into a Radio Shack, you knew exactly the weird specific thing you
Right,
needed.
yeah.
And you'd, I'll find this. Let me be.
You're just like, tell me.
Take a seat. Like,
tell me
give
which
categories,
direction.
Yeah, I'll find what I need.
Yeah, because
Such
I
a
went.
weird
Actually,
niche
the last time I went to a
thing.
Radio Shack, I was with Nick and we were building his computer. We needed a wire. And I'm like, hey, I need this wire. He's like, oh, I think we have those. And he went over. I'm like, oh, thank God, this guy knows what's going on.
Yeah, because a lot of them I've never been to like a Radio Shack.
Save me some fucking time.
and know what's happening, but I've never needed them.
No, with the internet, I would just.
Oh
rather-
yeah, I just come in like prepared. I've had done my research and then I.
No, like I just buy it off the internet.
Oh,
I'm not-
also just buying stuff. Yeah, who the fuck goes to a Radio Shack anymore? I don't remember why, but I did go to one. Actually, I did go to one. I think it was a Radio Shack. I got a really good deal on a pair of speakers because it was one of those like, we're going out of business.
Oh,
Go to
right,
Radio
yeah.
Shack. So I was like, I'll scoop these. I also went to one, knocked over a display, and got like glares from the guy. And I was just like, I'm out. I gotta leave. It was a tragedy.
It's always the
They
worst.
were already like closing, and like it was already like a
Oh.
depressing atmosphere. I knocked over a display, and I was like, I can never go back again. Like that was my last trip to Radio
As someone
Shack.
who's worked retail, that's
I hate
the
you.
worst thing
Yeah,
ever.
no, I know. It was
like
terrible.
you just ruined that
I
guy's
tried
day.
to fix it, but it didn't work, and I was just like, I need to abort this mission.
Yeah, you ruined someone's day.
Dude, whatever. Honestly, I like having something to do at work. He wasn't doing anything. I don't know.
What if he's closing
Honestly,
and
it
now
was
you've created?
closing.
Oh, okay.
I don't. Did I mention we were closing?
I thought you said it was close to closing.
Oh no! Like the store, like the branch was shutting
Oh,
down.
oh,
So
okay,
like there's
okay,
like
okay.
there's like nothing on the shelves. Like it's a depressing atmosphere.
Okay, I
like,
see what you're saying.
like this is going out
One
of
was
business.
Actually, a really weird, depressing atmosphere,
What?
but still like thriving was Toys R Us.
I could have totally see that because you just hand your kid an iPad these days and everything's fine.
Yeah, like it was weird.
Who the
I
hell's a
went.
physical toy.
It was around the 28th anniversary of Pokemon,
Sure.
and they were doing like a small event where they'd hand you like a poster.
Yeah.
I'm like, I could use one of those. Turns out you had to be like 9. to get
What?
it. Yeah, we already missed it by like 3 hours because it was like
You're a grown
10
ass
to,
man.
10 to
Get the
1.
fuck out of
That's it.
Toys
Yeah.
R Us.
So it's like, but I went and I was
Get
like,
shitted on.
all right, I guess it's not here. I'll look around, and it's just empty, like entire aisles. Are
Yeah.
just like empty.
They should move into video games or something.
The back video game area was okay, but then there's still carts full of shit.
Yeah,
and just
they're
like
not gonna make it.
actually, the weird thing,
I mean, I don't know for sure. I don't know anything about business.
the video game part had no employee. I mean, sure, things like locked up, but like
Yeah.
there was like posters and stuff on the counter,
Right.
and it's like I could just walk out.
Go ahead and take.
No one
please.
is here.
Yeah.
But like the store was still had tons of people in it.
Yeah.
You know, different areas. It was just like certain areas were unused or unattended to.
Yeah.
So it was just weird. But like I remember, as a kid, everything was full and just.
Toys R Us was packed. It was the place to
Yeah.
be as a child.
But you're right. Just an iPad with Minecraft and a kid's good to go.
It's good to go. They love that shit.
I remember I was going to.
They'll just watch YouTube videos. Kids love like zonking out in front of YouTube.
Yeah.
But like I love zonking out
I
in
do
front of
all the time.
YouTube.
I do that every day.
But the fucked up thing is like that autoplay, So like
Oh, yeah.
they're not really like picking what they watch. You just get like this inundated stream of like
Well,
just
apparently,
shit, whatever you're
there's an
watching.
entire section of YouTube that utilizes that to its advantage
I'll
to
bet
just
you
have
anything,
weird things, because in the title and the tags are just like
it's
frozen
like Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
Elsa, and then
They're having like a baby and stuff. Like it's
some
weird pregnancy
crap.
videos
Yeah.
and
they're
stuff.
like weird, like bizarre sort of sexual undertones, and it's like very creepy.
Yeah.
That creeps me the fuck out.
But like they show up in that autoplay section
Yeah, that,
because
like,
they hit.
right. Because
you know.
like the names line up and like it's whatever,
Yeah.
Or the thumbnail looks attractive and the kid will click it. But they just like slip in like weird shit every once in a while, like
it's really
someone
weird.
like peeing on someone else, or just like creepy. It's like I find that deeply disturbing.
I do too.
Because
It's really
why are they
weird.
doing that?
I don't know.
See, that's someone taking our philosophy too far, man. They're just fucking around on the internet, but like,
I think it's for money.
yeah, that's definitely for
Because-
money. But why do they slip the weird shit in? I would get if it was just low quality like crap, but why do they slip in like vaguely sexual weird things in there?
That's a good question. I don't
That
know.
spooks me. That's why it's like deeply unsettling to my core.
Well, it's not even just like sexual. I was listening to a podcast where they're talking about there are weird cartoons on the same thing where it's like
Yeah.
it's just autoplayed like bait,
Yep.
and it's like they
Autoplay
recreate things like Peppa Pig.
Yeah.
And then they
do,
beat the
like-
shit out of each other.
Oh yeah, that's
It's just like
the hell out of
weird things where it's
me.
like
Can't do it, man.
the parent looks at the iPad and it's like it's fucking Peppa Pig,
Peppa
whatever.
They walk
and moves
away,
on.
and then they're fucking killing each other.
Yeah,
Like decapitating each other, slapping each other on the butt.
yeah, like
Or whatever.
weird.
Just
I
like
don't know.
weird sexual, violent, adult themes, like just peppered into your kids thing. It's not okay.
It's really odd.
It's very odd. And
I
I
don't
can't.
know.
I feel like there's gonna be like a news story that gets to the bottom of this, and it was like some big giant conspiracy.
Honestly,
But you're probably right. It's just someone making money and fucking, or like just goofing around as
Yeah.
well. They're like, I don't care what we put in it. We're gonna make tons of money.
it's like no one conscious is going to be watching this.
Right.
It's just going to be playing,
This
and
is
we're going to
gonna-
rank it
Yeah,
ad
just like
money.
we just need a hypnotic
Yeah.
stream of nonsense for these kids to watch.
Yeah, it's honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like one production company.
Honestly, that's probably what'll come out, is that there's like one person doing all of this. Oh yeah, like one company. It'd be like a group.
But you've listened to the Tickled version or the Tickled podcast of Develop, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that whole thing. Like,
Oh right.
It was just
yeah.
one dude.
The competitive tickling
Yeah.
thing. The
Competitive
whole competitive tickling scene ended up being just one guy,
Yeah.
like running the whole thing, and he was like one creeper who was like pretending to be a girl and had like a whole company. But it was really just a dude who liked watching guys get tickled.
yeah.
Such
None,
is.
never anything like sexual.
Nah.
Just like
Totally not sexual. Just shirtless men getting tickled. That's all.
it's weird. It was
It
weird.
was sexual, Tom.
The-
is what
no,
I'm
but, like,
saying. like there wasn't
definitely-
No, you're right. There was never nudity or like graphic
Yeah.
sexual content. But there's no way that, because there was he was like into sexual tickling. There was like other evidence that pointed
No, yeah,
to it.
but the thing that people were doing was
Yeah.
like shirts on, pants
Right.
on.
Oh yeah, they had to have Nike. They had like
Yeah.
sponsors. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's the. You should watch the documentary Tickled because it goes into that.
Oh yeah,
more.
he made the documentary.
Yeah,
like
it's
a guy,
fucking
not
great.
The Dollop guys, but some guy made a documentary about the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should watch it.
It's really good. It's really really good because it's
Sounds
just like
interesting.
it's the it'll recap what they go over in the podcast,
Yes.
but then it goes into like just the end result, like
Yeah,
you know,
where that guy is now.
who the guy is, what's he doing, all this shit.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. I want to say, did they contact his aunt or his mom? Something like that. Some like person who would know him, or maybe it's his sister or something. Someone who would know him, and it was like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like, is he still doing that? Like, we fucking tried to stop him.
Oh
like,
no.
yeah, stuff like that. It's like
That's
really
so
fucking weird.
sad. Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah,
Still
he's
doing
just
the
like,
tickling thing.
just like some. Yeah, that's what it was. And it was like, I want to say it's like it's someone older. It's just like she's fucking doing that tickling thing still.
oh
like,
no, that's horrible.
yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That is really wild.
I saw it in like some rinky-dink theater too. Have
Oh,
you
you
ever been to
did?
the Madison?
Oh yeah, I love the Madison.
Yeah.
Not rinky dink. That's a nice theater.
The
They play
fucking
weird shit though. You're right. They do play
but,
that
like,
offbeat.
the room we were in to watch the movie
Yeah, I think they've got some dinky theaters.
was like a stage with a
yeah.
projector.
Oh yeah. I saw a combination of the Monty Python like Beatles parody, the Ruddles.
Oh, I've never seen
And then
that.
after or before the film, I think after, it was like a live Beatles cover band would perform.
Oh, weird.
Right after it was Taylor's
Oh,
dad's
yeah,
band.
yeah.
So that was, I went to see that. But yeah, so they use both elements.
I was wondering if they did.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
I'm
think,
like,
they
it-
have like live shows every so often.
Because it's very clearly a stage.
Oh yeah, meant to be a stage. Absolutely.
And you can just see the projector
Yep.
in the balcony.
I love it. It's so cool.
Yeah.
I love seeing movies at the Palace Theater.
Oh, I've never actually done that. They do it on
did,
the...
did you come see Jaws with us?
No.
Oh my god, it was great. You can hear the ricking of the
Yeah, they've had
of the projector reel. Oh, it's so great. Such a fun. It's just a
Did
cool
they fill
place.
the place?
Oh yeah, it was like packed and it's completely pitch black in there. It's
Oh,
like
no,
a
I
very
have seen a
classic
movie in there.
theater
I saw
experience.
Blazing Saddles.
Oh nice. Oh yeah, we did see Blazing Saddles there.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah. That was cool. They do
Yeah,
a cool
And then we saw-
job.
What's his name?
And then Mel Brooks showed
Mel
up and
Brooks.
talked.
Talked to us.
That was cool. I forgot about
He's
that.
like, it's the funniest movie of all time. And I was like, all right, pal.
pretty
Chill
good.
out. It's your own fucking movie. You can't say that shit. Come on. Everyone knows that.
I don't think it's up
but
there.
it is like up there. He's right.
Yeah.
Like he's got a reason to be bragging. 'cause
Like,
it's
I
a
don't
fucking great
know
movie.
what else would be up there. One was surprisingly hilarious.
What?
Dirty Grandpa.
That is surprising.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised.
The first like
I'm surprised
half
to hear
hour
you say that.
is hilarious.
I might have to give it a go.
Like,
I just love dumb comedy every once in a while.
It's definitely a great dumb comedy where it's just
yeah. That's
Zac
for sure.
Efron being uppity and De Niro being like just a wild old man
Yeah. All right.
saying very inappropriate things.
Wait,
That's
is that
just
what that movie's called?
Dirty Grandpa? Yeah,
Dirty Grandpa.
I saw it on Amazon.
Yeah.
But I've been using that feature a lot
Amazon
now.
Prime?
Yeah,
You bought Prime?
yeah.
Nice.
And I've been occasionally I watched the Red Pill movie on there. I had to
Yeah.
rent it, but it was like $3. Who cares?
Yeah,
You
fuck
know?
it. Yeah.
The woman who makes it, she seems nice.
Yeah, I'm sure she's cool.
Might as well give her some money. But they have
her
like
what it'll
movies
be.
to just Netflix, like you know,
Yeah.
stream whatever.
Yeah, I like that. I like streaming.
Because I never like used that feature,
What the
like just Amazon
Mhm.
as an asset,
right as like a video thing.
Yeah.
No, I never do.
Because I've done it on my computer where I'll rent the movie,
Yeah.
but for some reason I don't know what it is that I gotta do to make it work, but it won't let me do it in HD.
Hmm.
But my PlayStation,
Oh, nice.
totally cool. They just let me stream it like that. So I've been using that. Like I actually don't
That's
even
awesome.
use my computer for like watching things other than YouTube.
Yeah.
I've been using my PlayStation for Netflix and
Nice.
Amazon and anything like that. It's like
That's pretty
actually
great.
using it as the multimedia platform they want you to. They
Oh
want
my
it to
god,
be.
yeah, they pushed that so hard. I remember when E3 started getting so disappointing because I knew all they'd focus on was the stupid
Yeah.
extraneous things. And I just want to watch video game stuff. My god, I don't care about your
Sony's-
stupid fucking Netflix
Sony's
app.
press conference last year was like literally just a stage, and they just threw video games at you for like an hour and a half.
Fuck yeah, just fuck me up with those video games.
And then they had
Just
the only
give me those
thing
video
that wasn't
games.
like a trailer or like this video game coming out here was when Kojima came out to announce Death Stranding.
Yeah, boy.
And it was like the fucking stage opened up and he had
Oh,
like these
yeah.
lights on the stairs that he walked down. It was like this whole thing to be
I
like,
love
I'm making a
presenting.
game.
That's great.
It was awesome.
I wish his Silent Hill was a thing.
I would love that because I like both him and Guillermo del Toro.
Oh my god, it would be so good.
I would just love to see what that looked like.
Just aesthetically very pleasing.
Yeah.
And a bizarre gameplay.
And play well.
Yeah, very well made, well designed game with stunning attention to tiny details.
Yeah.
That's like actually my favorite part about his games, or just Metal Gear Solid, really.
Mhm.
That's all I've played, really. But like stuff like, in Dead Rising 2, when those little details, like when you attack someone with a painting, you do the Scooby-Doo like hit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never played Dead Rising 2.
No, I'm talking about Dead Rising 1.
Oh, you said 2.
Well, Dead Rising as well. Haha.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is cool.
Hilarious, fun little
They always
tricks.
The one thing I always kind of liked about Dead Rising 1 was certain weapons did not work the way you thought they would, like the hockey
Yes.
stick.
Yeah,
You,
you
like,
hit pucks.
hit pucks,
You
yeah.
brought 20 pucks with you and you'd smack them at zombies, because,
Or like
Yeah.
plates, you throw them like
yeah, you
frisbees.
throw plates like frisbees. You can
Yeah.
pie a zombie in the face.
Yeah.
It's classic. You can heat up the pan and
Oh, yeah.
like just
See, I
burn the
love
face.
that stuff where it's
Yeah.
like, feel like, well, this should work. And
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like,
oh,
This is so awesome.
So great when you figure stuff out on your own.
Yeah.
Oh, the life. Yeah, I'm playing Monster Hunter, like trying to go in blind. It's fun.
That's a lot of
Crafting
dedication.
is I can tell right now like crafting is top tier because you can sort of talk to the villagers and they'll have like a new thing to say every once in a while and they're like, better craft your armor, eh?
Oh, yeah.
You better craft your armor. And it's so you gotta do that. Could be neat, could be fun. I don't know. I only did the first like 5 missions. It's like fishing and gathering and
Oh yeah, the tutorial
putting
stuff.
together. Yeah, all the 1-star missions are really, really boring. But now I'm like fighting carnivores kind
That's
of.
cool.
Yeah.
The one thing I never liked about that series is it's not very clear. Like it's if you know what you're looking for, it's clear of what's working, what's not.
Yeah.
It's determined by how much blood shows up.
What?
So if they are weak to, I don't know how this game works. I'll say just an overhead sword swing.
Yeah.
The blood splatter that comes off the hit will be bigger, and it might even have a freeze frame, or that might have just been 4. I don't remember.
That's so cool.
And then like if you do like the side slash, there'll be a small blood.
Yeah, I hadn't noticed. I thought they just. But you're right. There are different sized like.
And
damage
that's
indicators.
how you're supposed to know what's
nice.
working, what's not.
Oh, perfect. I'll start using it.
Which I just wish it didn't do that. I wish it was clearer.
No, I think there's also the monster does a different animation when they take a really hard hit.
That might be too, actually.
I think it's sort of intuitive. I feel like I was sort of getting it, but I only just started fighting monsters that fought back.
Mm-hmm. I would also like to try a real controller.
Yeah.
Because, like, the only one I've played since the first one, and to find out they're not utilizing a controller properly, is the 3DS ones.
Yeah.
Or 1, 2? I don't remember.
That double sticks.
Well, I have the 3DS with the stick.
Oh.
But it's the second stick is like, remember those old laptops that had like the little thing in the middle?
Oh, I love the trackpad.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah, where you just move your finger on it and it like.
The little dot that you move your finger on?
Oh, that. No, it was like a square is what I'm talking about.
No. So that is what ended up happening.
Yeah.
Earlier laptops have like a little rubber thing in the middle of the keyboard.
Oh, that. Yeah.
That's a mouse.
Oh, what?
It's really hard to use. And they're very sensitive.
Yeah.
And that's what those joysticks are.
That sucks. Do you need that for attacking?
No, you need it to move the camera. But it's so small.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
I guess for space.
I think
they're already huge.
Yeah, I think what they were dealing with was keeping the 3DS in a general size.
Yeah,
of
I think
what
they're
it
just
was.
going to start. They're just going to come out with one console from now on that is both portable and
I would hope.
stationary.
The Switch is doing super well.
That's.
So.
I think they're moving in that direction. They've made making their portables bigger and their stationaries smaller, and they're just going to They're just going to start making one console.
Well, it's probably smart because they've always had like 2 separate teams.
And I'll bet you they corner the fucking portable market if they do that. They'll kill it.
There's not much left.
No, there's nothing good.
The Vita died.
Yeah, Vita's not going anywhere.
I don't.
They sort of have the market already.
Yeah.
Microsoft, what did they ever come out with anything?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
they tried.
I feel like I was gonna call it a mistake, but I feel like Nintendo just had it on such a lock that it wasn't even a mistake. They shouldn't have tried. Sony made the mistake by trying to topple the motherfucking Game Boy maker. You know.
Well,
like,
how
are you gonna beat that guy?
The PSP had problems. The Vita's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay.
And stuff they did on the Vita was they did it kind of wrong, but it's like a predecessor to what they're doing on the Switch.
Yeah.
Like, I played Final Fantasy X on my PlayStation 4, and then when we went on a vacation, I threw in the Vita version and just downloaded my save.
Nice.
And just kept going.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that was awesome.
Yeah, that is a great feature.
You know, it's like knowing that the Switch has that built in. I only got to buy one copy. Like, that's awesome. Like, I want to play the Digimon Cyber Sleuth game because it has a Vita version. I'm like, well, that would be a good just handheld game that I can just
That's why I'm
play up there.
doing this Nuzlocke run. It's great to have just a video game with you wherever you go.
I love that.
Really good.
And but like that fucking game on the Vita, I guess had a really small release because it's going for like double what the PS4 version is.
Fuck all that.
It just sucks. One was crazy.
Yeah.
So I looked into. Stop this.
I'm sorry.
I looked into the new Digimon game. This new Digimon World game. That's Digimon Story, Digimon World. They're like 2 separate franchises.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm with
So
you.
Digimon World, you're familiar with the first one
And the third
and the third one.
What happened to the second one?
I don't remember. Oh, it was Digimon with like swords or something.
Unremarkable. Yeah, the second. They never released a second here.
No, I think they did.
I don't know.
I don't remember. It's not.
You just said that earlier, so I was joking.
I was talking about Monster Hunter.
I know.
Whatever. All right.
Yeah.
So they have a new one
Yes.
called New Order or something, and I was like, all right, let me see if I want this. Like, I really love Cyber Sleuth. I want to finish it.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll jump into another Digimon game and keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm looking through, like, on their wikis and stuff.
Love me some wikis. I could spend hours on something's wiki.
Guess who is the mysterious character? The fucking main character of the first one.
What?
They have continuity.
Nice.
He is a character. They give him a nickname because you could name your character
Yeah.
whatever. So he's just this
Like after
mysterious.
having rebuilt that town, he's like,
He like
how does
has
that
once
game end?
he rebuilds the town, and then I guess he gets the ability to come back and forth between the digital world and the real world.
Yeah.
So he's been doing that and
like
trying to solve some mystery, and he's like Red from Pokemon,
Yeah.
this mysterious,
Like, just
super
amazingly good.
great
Yeah.
tamer, because they call them tamers as trainers in
Oh.
Digimon.
Cool.
So he's like this mysterious tamer who's amazing, and he's got his hat, and he's wearing like an updated version of the outfit.
his like outfit.
So he's got like a more like that knit hat where it's like more of like the close to your skull, and he's wearing like a much like athletic looking yellow sweatshirt, but it's like
Yeah.
the same color
the
scheme.
same color scheme and like basic outfit.
Yeah.
That's
Same
fun.
idea.
Yeah.
And he's fucking in that game.
I'm digging that continuity.
And I was like, this is amazing. So I started looking into I don't think
Is it a cool lore? Is it deep and
I don't
rich?
think it's that. I think this is the first time they've really like tried
I was like,
to
is
tie
there
it
a
together.
deep and rich lore to Digimon I'm
Because
missing?
that's what I looked into, and I was like, oh, motherfucker.
you
I'm
just
taking
you
us
gotta
off.
just stop. You can't keep
I went
your,
looking
like, screen
into if the other ones like had like things that you need like would reference each other,
on. Yeah.
and that doesn't seem to be the case.
Oh, okay.
So I guess
But they're
I'll just,
trying. They're making
Yeah.
attempts now.
it looks really cool
Yeah.
that like they would do that. I just don't think I'm gonna play Digimon World.
Yeah, fuck that. That
'Cause
was hard.
It's real hard.
Why is it so hard?
I don't
Why
know.
would you do that? Why you
know.
gotta do that to me, Digimon?
Digimon World
Pokemon was intuitive. It made sense.
is Digimon World 2 has one of the longest like speed runs. It's like hundreds of hours or something.
What?
And, like 100% speed run. It's like
okay. 100%.
endless.
Yeah, I figured those would be long.
Yeah. So weird. But
Such is. That's
I would-
funny.
I think I don't know. I like Cyber Sleuth a lot.
Yeah.
They're making a sequel to that,
Are they?
so that's good. I hope it gets localized. That one had like trouble getting localized because they
Yeah.
were like, do people care about this series in the West?
No.
Not really. No. So they kind of like
They got a niche. There's a niche market.
It's
they can
funny.
hit.
I was on the set. I was on the Digimon wiki,
Who isn't?
and it's so bare bones compared to like the Pokemon one,
Mhm.
Bulbapedia.
I'll bet.
It's like got like dead links and
Yeah.
just no information on certain things, and it's just like, oh, this is so weird. Like,
yeah, people. Yeah, they never really got into it as much as
yeah,
Pokemon.
because like,
But it was like they're very comparable
oh yeah,
as far as things go.
but it's so weird because I come from the world of Pokemon, and you can lose hours on that wiki.
Oh, yeah,
just
they have
going from topic to
everything.
topic and just learning.
everything.
Yeah, so it's just like, oh, all right, I guess
Okay.
this is just not gonna do it anymore.
Yeah, I kind of like the Pokemon lore. I kind of like reading Bulbapedia.
It doesn't really have one.
Kinda.
I mean, kinda. They do now.
Yeah.
They're definitely trying to push it, and I
Yeah.
wish they would stop.
Yeah, I liked it when it was more obscure. Like, I love theories about, like, Red and Blue. We're like, oh, it's post-war. You can listen to this
Oh,
one line
right,
of
yeah.
dialogue, and there's hospitals in every city that are free. What's that about?
Right? Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like it does kind of a post-war vibe. Like,
right.
there is a free hospital in every city. There's
There's little,
ex-soldier.
not that many adults.
There's like hardly adults around. Crime is rampant.
Yeah.
It's got a post-war vibe.
I don't know.
Interesting.
I'm always averse to fan theories.
Why? They're fun.
I don't know.
They're fun when you can like connect the dots and it would work.
I think my problem comes from people thinking like stuff like that is 100% legit.
Yeah, I hate that.
I'm like, no.
I hate when people like really. They're like, no, it's indisputable.
Like, yeah,
it's
like, I've had-
very disputable.
I've had people do that theory, and they're like,
well, that theory is indisputable because there is a direct line reference to a ward that Lieutenant Surge was in. That one's sort of, there had to have been a ward. There's no.
But there's plenty of adults.
Yeah, that's that. Well, people survived. Well, it's just that Ash doesn't have a dad, or Red doesn't have a father. Is sort of the thing that people are going off of. That's what I've heard. It's not like that. There's like a lack of adults. There's a lack of people because it's like a '90s RPG.
Yeah.
There's no one around. But it's
On a
just that
handheld.
Red and Blue both don't have parents, like a male father figure.
Oh,
It's just your mom and his sister.
right.
The only
that
other
makes sense.
person in your town is an old professor man and some
there's-
vital scientists.
There's 2 people.
Yeah, there's like a girl and a fat guy. So
The fat guy really likes technology.
he's really into it. Maybe he's also a scientist. It must be like a scientist hub because that guy's into science. The only
Yeah.
thing there is a lab, and there's like 2 kids.
I forget what the girl says.
The
She
map girl?
talks about no.
Oh, the girl in
I think she talks about trainer tips.
some mundane
Something,
stuff.
some mundane.
Oh, you know what I had theorized when I was playing Yellow for the first go, or not, I probably played before, but the you know how there's the signs in front of your house and your rival's house
Yeah.
that say like Mike's house and rival's name's house,
Yeah.
but why would it say that? Because they're not the people who live there. So I'm thinking that the rival put up his own sign in front of his house, so you, in an attempt to one up him, put up your own sign. So
Right,
they're the
right.
kid mates.
Yeah.
I'm picturing like hand painted signs they hung up, like this is my house.
Right,
So
yeah.
they're just like in an eternal struggle of one upmanship. So yeah, that's
That's a good
fun.
point, actually. I mean, they
Right? They don't. It's not like they own the place. Why the hell
No,
are they?
yeah.
It should be mom's house and sister's house.
they carried that for a while.
Yeah, they definitely did. It was weird.
that's-
Didn't make any sense.
No,
So I just pretend it's a handmade sign.
which is weird. Does it actually? Maybe I'm
Got
wrong.
hella headcanon going on right now.
But does it say May or Brendan's house in Ruby and Sapphire, or does it say Birch's house?
Oh, it might say Birch's house. I can't remember. But since they do have a named father, it probably does say
Right?
Birch's house.
That's what
But
I would
I think it does say trainer name's house at your place.
It definitely says on your house.
Because your mom doesn't
Yeah.
have a name. She never
No,
does.
she's mom.
She's mom. She's MOM mom. It's all there. Everything you need to know, right in those
In X
3
and
letters.
Y, your mom had like a backstory.
Dude, fudge all that.
She was like a
I need
Rhyhorn.
not a mom who's like sad I'm leaving and then we're good. Heal my Pokemon when I got back, woman.
She was a professional Rhyhorn jockey.
What the F? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. So you have a
I take
Rhyhorn.
everything back. That's the greatest thing ever.
You have a Rhyhorn outside your house that you can
What?
sit on, but he's
Oh my
retired.
God. That's hilarious. I take everything back. That's awesome. That's a great backstory for the mom.
Yeah, I like it.
Lovely.
And then I don't remember the situation with your mom and Sun and Moon. I think she's just mom.
She's just mom.
She has,
MLM mom.
she has her own room though.
She has her own room.
She has her own room.
That's sacrilege. She needs to sleep under the kitchen table. I get the only room in the house, mom. Ridiculous.
yeah, it was.
I guess Gary was just jealous of you because he never got a room.
Oh yeah, he
And
doesn't have
that
a room
one
either.
room is full of maps.
Yeah.
I'm imagining his sister as like an eccentric map maker who's just like all this
She's a blind Mac maker.
cartography stuff everywhere. And Gary's like, oh, I just want to do Pokemon. This sucks. Because like it's just,
Have you watched what are they called?
I don't know.
The little shorts of Pokemon lore.
No.
Oh fuck, what are they called? Pokemon. I want to say Pokemon Origins, but that's wrong. I forget. It's on their YouTube channel, but they're like 5-minute shorts
The official
of like
Pokemon
yeah.
YouTube channel.
of like side characters,
Nice.
like Blue's journey or
He became a professor, did he not?
his journey to being. It ends with Red coming in to fight him as champion. So it's him being champion. He's like, I fucking finally did something.
That's
I'm
ass
worth
balls.
something. And then the thing ends with the door opening and then Red like walking
That's
in.
hilarious.
And it's pretty cool.
Yeah, you just dethrone the motherfucker hardcore.
But there's a whole bunch of them with a bunch of different like characters. Like
yeah.
one of my favorite ones was remember in Black and White when all the gym leaders are assaulting with
Yes.
you? It's them
That was
coming
my
together.
favorite part of the whole
dope.
game.
It's really cool.
I would watch the hell out of that. You'll have to send it to me when you get
Yeah,
the
I
title.
forget what they're fucking called. I forget, but they're really really cool.
That is so cool.
And I wonder if they put more out because the last one I saw, they had a Lysander one who's the villain of X and Y.
Mhm.
So they may have like caught up. I don't know if they intended to go into Sun and Moon,
Yeah.
but They're like really well animated
I'm into
and
that.
just fucking cool.
Are they voiced?
Yeah.
Nice.
The Looker is like a main-ish character.
I love the Looker. He was my favorite
Yeah,
of all time.
It's like him asking questions. Like some of the stuff with Blue is him trying to find Giovanni.
Nice.
So he'll be like, "So when's the last time you saw your dad?" And you probably never seen this. This was in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. If you had a Celebi, you could trigger an event where you would teleport back in time and see. I'm sorry, Silver, not Blue. You'd see Silver, who's Giovanni's son,
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
confronting him, being like, "Don't leave," and he's like, "I fucking gotta leave.
What?
I got beaten by a kid."
That's
You get to see it.
awesome.
It was really cool. And then they animate it in these shorts.
Epic.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And one of the ones I really like too was in Gold and Silver when it's you and Lance attacking that base.
Mm-hmm.
It's Lance's perspective.
Nice.
Sick.
That is sick.
And so
That's
like
cool.
they always show like a main character, but their face is like shrouded in shadow or like it's
Very
ambiguous.
anime,
Yeah,
so you
yeah,
know
that kind
who
of
it is,
stuff.
but you don't know who it is.
Yeah, and they never say it by name because
Yeah, you know.
it's great.
The heavy implications are there.
It was one of the best Pokemon things I've seen in a while.
I'll have to get into it.
You could probably get through all of them in like
I'm sure
a half hour. They're so short,
good to go.
but they're so good. And I guess now kind of tying that lore together, making that a real thing. But pretty dope.
That's pretty dope. Well, I have to pee, so that's where we call it.
Yeah,
What time?
definitely.
What are we at?
We're about 3 hours.
Oh man, we're doing over or under?
We're under
All right,
2:55.
let's talk for 5 more minutes. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's fine. It'll probably go slightly under
I
because
just
I'll be
wanted to hit
cutting
that
some of it.
first 5, cutting some of it.
Well, if there was like a pause or
Yeah, I know.
like I don't know. We'll
Like
see. Probably
stumbling
not.
for
This might be
words.
one. This might
I
be the
think this
first one I
was
just
fine.
upload.
Yeah, I mean, listen through it, I guess.
I might do that just to make sure there's
Well,
no
yeah.
garbage, and if there's any kind
The whole
of
thing is garbage.
no argument there.
All right, so that's cool. We did it.
so
What
we'll end that there.
episode?
This is episode 5.
Episode 5 on
Cinco de Mayo.
Nope, not close.
It'll come out
on
around
Cinco
then.
de Mayo.
Probably.
You
'cause
got 2 days, bro. You got to make this
'cause
happen.
I'm pretty busy for the rest of the week, but
you better get that up.
I can.
Oh my god, that's gonna be on a Friday.
Friday.
What? Cinco de Mayo is gonna be lit,
As the kids say,
as the children say.
because I have like a dinner I'm gonna go to on Friday,
Lame.
and then I gotta
just don't
figure
wanna
out
drive anywhere.
where I'm needed
Yeah.
before I can decide that.
Right on.
But what I might also just do is play Persona 5 for the rest of the night.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Because usually what I have been doing was, this other stupid shit, and then when the weekend comes, play Persona 5 for like 12 hours straight.
Hell yeah.
But I edited all weekend, so I haven't played.
Is it fun?
It's good.
I think I'm gonna get Persona 3 on my PS2 emulator.
It's good.
Think
That
I might
one
do that.
Is super, like,
I'll read
gameplay
I'll
wise.
read the before I play.
Yeah, but just gameplay wise, lacking. Better story than 4. I will fight anyone who thinks that.
I'm into it.
Honestly, not to spoil anything, but like, I don't understand why the bad guy is the bad guy in 4. Like, he does some fucked up stuff, but like, you stop him from really doing any more fucked up stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't like empathize with the protagonist team being like, how could you? It's like he tried something once, it worked, try it again, it worked again, and then you literally prevented him ever doing it again.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Because they're like, you're a murderer. It's like he may have killed one person and then attempted one other time, maybe twice,
well,
but like,
that's what they call in court. They call a murderer, actually.
oh really?
Yeah, someone who murders one time.
Oh no.
That is
that
a
was
murderer.
like, but no, it's like accidental. Like he was like,
What?
yeah, it's
Oh.
bullshit magic, but like he didn't think it would happen,
Oh.
and then it happened
He's just
because
fucking on you. No,
yeah.
yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, because it's not. It's also not direct.
All right, you're spoiling the whole
Whatever.
game for me. So I'm just gonna bop.
I'm not
You
no,
got food in this house?
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna run train on that kitchen, bro.
but yeah, 3 has a better story.
Where's your
It's
beer?
more
No, yeah,
coherent,
that sounds good.
and the characters are better.
Yeah,
I think.
I'm all into that listening to music 24/7 aesthetic.
Yeah.
That's what I'm all about. Headphones in public for the win. No one can talk to you.
Pick your team and stick with it.
Yeah, is that the goal?
That would be the goal. Also, don't use Mitsuru because her AI is broken. That's just a heads up.
But what if she's my waifu, Tom?
You're probably gonna be.
There's no chance she's not gonna be your waifu, but you can't use her in combat.
You can't use her in battle.
That's
She's broken.
all right. Okay.
Because you can't control them directly.
Yeah.
So she just always goes for charm over everything else.
What a dumb.
And it doesn't always work.
What a bimbo. No, that's hilarious though.
But yeah, just don't use
Always
her.
goes for charm.
She's kind of broken. I'd recommend using the dog.
The dog?
I loved him.
Cool. I'll get the dog. Who doesn't love a dog?
Because they sometimes have, not sometimes, at least
What if I start from Persona 1?
It's apparently way different.
I'll bet.
Like not even
It's
remotely
grid-based.
close.
I looked into it a little bit.
It's also like dungeon, like crawling, first person perspective stuff.
Yeah, that's like what the first Shin Megami Tensei games were like.
What the fuck was that one inspired by? Oh, they made it. They made If, which was a SMT game based in like a school.
Yeah.
Which was inspired by a British movie about
not?
school kids being hooligans.
What?
I don't know.
Let's put demons in her.
That's exactly what happened.
Classic
they saw the movie.
Japan,
they're like,
man.
we're gonna put demons in this, and then they're like, well, the school setting's cool, so they made Persona as like a school centric version of this.
Who doesn't love the good old Japanese schoolboy setting?
But it's all stemming from, I believe it's also called If, this British movie about
Very
like
bizarre.
a prep school, which
It's just
applies to Japan
Like
because
non-supernatural shenanigans.
I'm almost certain no. I think it's like hazing and like intense bullying and stuff.
Wiggity wow.
I've never seen it. I want to say Malcolm McDowell's in it,
Huh.
like as a young person.
Yeah.
But that's like that's the source of why Persona is the way it is.
Wow.
Is this weird British movie that like no one saw
Everyone loves hooliganism.
except for one guy
And
in
he's like,
Japan.
I'm going to make the whole game about this. And they're like, wait a minute. That doesn't sound right.
Yeah. It honestly doesn't work without the social links.
Nope.
And now that they have them, it's like, oh, this makes sense. But
Yes. Well, I don't know. It seems like a weird... Is it a good mix of like JRPG and like visual novel? Because
I think
it
it
seems like
yeah.
a blend of...
I'm hearing more people's opinions on this series because 5's doing so well.
Yeah.
It's not for everyone.
No, I can
But
imagine.
If you
I played one visual novel with some interest. I enjoyed it.
It's not even that visual novel-y. You know, it's
I
a
thought
lot.
it was like 90% talking to people.
It's a lot of talking, but it's
You don't have as... go ahead.
still has a lot of RPG elements.
Yeah.
Like you're leveling your
abilities
your
by doing
personal
the talking.
life
Yeah.
as much as you're leveling your battle life.
Yeah.
So it still has like RPG undertones.
Mm-hmm.
So like for me as an RPG fan, I don't and never really caring about visual novels, I don't feel out of my element when I'm trying to, because it also has direct battle implications.
Right.
You know, you can level personas
So you
better.
want to talk to... Yeah, you're talking to people strategically.
Right.
Sensible.
So like in 4
Not just
or
in
in
it for
4,
the waifus, but you should just be in it for the waifus.
in 5 they have like one guy lets you switch people in battle.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
One woman lets you gives you more free time, and if you level her to 10,
Oh, that's cool.
you have your knights back after a dungeon.
Nice.
So like they have like more aspects to them.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well I want to level like the one. She's a doctor, and she gave you accessories that let you heal your magic faster,
Nice.
or magic every turn.
Oh.
So okay, I'll get her first. Now I can do dungeons longer, etc., etc. You know. So once you start to figure out what people are going to give you, and like the cool thing is you can like preview what the next level up ability is going to be, so you can be like figuring out what you want to do.
Machiavellian little shit, and you make no genuine human connections, and you're just in it for the dungeon crawl.
Well, like I enjoy all their stories, but like,
Well, you know, it's fun to talk to them too, but I just want to kill demons. All right, did we hit the 3-hour mark? I gotta pay.
yeah, we did.
Nice. Okay,
All right.
let's cut it.
All right.
You can't cut anything. We need that 3 hours. We need that good old 3-hour mark episode. This is a benchmark in history, and I've referenced it too much for this thing not to be 3 hours.
All right. That sounds right. All right.
I mean, it picked up towards the end. The beginning was okay.
It took a second.
I think we had a rolling start.
I want to try a rolling start. Yeah.
I think it was fine. It was a good entry. You know, I think it's all there. It's a great podcast, greatest of all time. Everyone should listen to
The
it.
GOAT.
Let's advertise it at the very end. Everyone listen to the podcast.
So yeah, I guess if you need me, You can hit me up on Twitter at Ivernak,
Oh, the viewer. I thought you were talking
Yeah,
to me.
not
I don't
you.
fucking need you.
No.
Look at your phone number. Yeah, I got you.
which is IBERNACK. That's right.
That's
And you can just
right.
kind of throw racial slurs at me.
Yeah, you definitely want to do that. This kid's a honky.
Did I ever tell you about the kid who called me mean things on Overwatch?
No.
So I left my mic open.
Yeah.
And I have a mechanical keyboard. It's slightly
Oh
loud.
God, it's hilarious.
And
Click, click,
this kid
click, click.
was like 12,
Yeah.
or at least hasn't hit puberty yet, and decided to tell me, instead of telling me, hey, put your mic on push to talk, he decided to call me an autistic N-word faggot.
Wow, he came out swinging.
Just fucking swinging. First thing he said, because I'm playing some character, I hit a button, I'm just like, whoa, okay.
Wow.
Muted him and left my mic open, making more noise than I could.
Lovely.
Because
Tale of justice.
we're on the internet and fucking with people is the
It's
best.
Wild West.
All right,
Okay.
so now we're going to end this.
Yeah, I'm done fucking with you,
right.
viewer or listener.
All right. All right, loving kisses.
Lit it up. Lit it up.